Every Christmas on death row, we used to take $25,000, $50,000 worth of toys to the children's sick ward and U-Hauls and go give them to the sick kids. You know what I mean?
I know this is what we need to hear.
Yeah, he was doing a lot in the community. On Father's Day, he chartered out buses and took them to Compton and put all the children who had an incarcerated father in the bus and took them to go see their father on Father's Day.
Look at that.
That's deep.
You see what I'm saying?
The world need to hear this part of the show, because people don't know this. For whatever reason, the narrative is being painted out to destroy his character.
Yeah, he did a lot of great things, man.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got is the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm rock with you niggas.
Alright, we back. My expert opinion. After 5,000 years.
Come on, man.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. Hit that like, hit that share, let everybody know you in here. Don't cost you no paper unless you's a mother hater. Mac, what up?
Salute, King.
How's it going?
It's going.
It's going cool?
Yeah. I could complain, but I'd be complaining.
That's true. But there ain't nothing wrong with complaining sometimes.
You
gotta speak your mind, right?
No, that's venting. Complaining is whining. Men don't whine.
Men don't whine. I dig it. Sean Bigger.
Peace,
Man of God.
is good.
Got the gang in the building. You heard? Finally got it. Yo, Hands was good. I got arguably the best lyricist from the West Coast. Arguably the best. And, I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, what you talking about? Yeah, put it in the comments. Who you think could really like, you know what I mean? Put that in the comments, because as far as I'm concerned, top of the food chain on that side. He's coupled by one of the best lyricists out of Brooklyn.
Appreciate you.
One of the guys. And we've always kind of wished like the pens would push their way to the top of the highest height in hip hop. There is one that you guys was associated with, but we're gonna get into the whole story on how that even came to be, what happened after, like everything.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
First of all, I appreciate your words.
I said this to you before.
Word up.
Yeah.
I salute you, man. I appreciate that.
Word. Where do we start? I want to start again with a
Let's vibrate high, though. Let's vibrate high.
Vibrate high?
Let's vibrate high, y'all.
It's kind of tough, because the next words that was coming out of my mouth was
saw
rest
it.
in peace, PNB Rock. Damn, Crook, I kind of want to ask you, what's going on over there, bro?
Same thing that always go on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to feel this divide coming where people are saying, Cali is responsible for violating too many rappers. You know what I'm saying? And I just think people gotta understand that Cali is responsible for violating too many people, period. You know what I mean? I mean, it ain't because somebody is from out of town. I go to funerals for my homies. And they didn't get killed by an out-of-towner, or they got another Cali guy put them in that coffin. You feel me? So it's just, it needs to be addressed in every city. These guys, rest in peace, Nipsey. You feel me?
That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was a real tough
Because,
one, man.
you know, looking from the outside in, we expected like Nipsey to just have this love. Mm-hmm. You know, for seeing everything that he was doing for the hood.
Right.
You know, we were believing that, you know, he was that guy out there, and no matter what, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, he was well loved. He was well loved, but, you know, it still happened. And I just think that, you know, people need to try to remove that narrative out of their minds and hearts that it's Cali violating. You know, I wish P&B Rock could go anywhere he wanted to with $100,000, $200,000 worth of jewelry and enjoy some lunch. I wish that.
Right.
I'm not so sure that he can go in certain places in New York like that, or in Detroit, or in Chicago, you know what I mean? And that's dealing with the mindset of the community. That's not really dealing with a state line. You know what I'm saying? But I see where the action is going. And that's why I'm glad that me and Joell do what we do, because this is New York and Cali together, united. That's what the culture is about, unification.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't like that energy I'm feeling. Somebody actually tweeted and they added me and they're like, yo, it blows my mind that Crooked can walk around New York carefree and my brother PNB got tested and killed in Cali. Like he was almost trying to line me up on Twitter. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
But I've heard those same sentiments about Biggie after Pac died on Cali radio stations.
Right.
It's just it's nasty. Either way you want to look at it, it's nasty. But it's hard for us on the East Coast to not take it personal because we losing a lot of guys.
Right.
Like, I think what it is with Cali is you get out there and it's so beautiful.
Right.
You get fooled. You know, when you in the hood out here, it looks like the hood. You know what I'm saying? It looks
like
torn down. It looks
like
dirty.
what we think the hood looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's garbage all over the place. You know, okay, I'm in a fucked up environment right now.
Right.
When you go to Cali, it's like palm trees, beautiful houses and all that.
Yeah.
You're not knowing like this motherfuckers with AKs inside waiting for somebody. You know what I mean?
I mean, think about it, dog. Rest in peace, Drakeo the Ruler. He's a Cali artist who got killed in Cali.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying, you know, but we got to look at the bigger picture. There's an issue with rappers being targeted. You know what I mean? There's an issue with rappers being targeted. That's the issue. But we know how it go. People say, hey, it happened over there, so that's what's, you know, they violated, so that's where we at with it, you know?
And that's so short-sighted in the worst way possible. I mean, you could point out all the cities where rappers have you know what I'm saying, got Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I'd be here all day.
All day.
If I started with Texas.
Yeah.
Atlanta, same thing. You'd be there all day. It's short-sighted to think that too many people are getting got in Cali, whereas I agree with Crook. Rappers in general are just getting
Rappers is dying,
tagged
fam.
across
Chopped
the board.
down.
Rappers is dying out here. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you at on the map, you should know exactly where you at and move around with people that know how to move around when you're out there. That's the real drop. Because everybody ain't celebrating your success. And it's people that downright just is fucked up. You know, there's a big gap between jewelry and hundreds of thousands on your neck and niggas who can't get cold cuts. They coming for you are just an object of their. You a come up. It's nothing personal sometimes.
Right.
They didn't run down on P&B Rock probably like yo it's P&B Rock. They ran down on the jewelry because the jewelry's a come up and a change in my situation. So you know.
But in reality, it's not.
But this is what they.
Do y'all know that? Like, do y'all know that?
No,
like, it's
they
the
don't.
jewelry. No, bro.
They don't
unless
know
you got a direct line to a jeweler who's willing to bust that shit open into 1,000 pieces and try to flip the money out of that, bro, you gonna get jerked. You gonna get a $100,000 chain. You gonna take it to a nigga. He's gonna know it's hot. He's gonna offer you 5,000.
And that's more than
Take
you've
it or
ever
leave it.
had. And that's more than you've ever had in your possession
Nah,
in your life.
but it's not worth it.
We come from where the most money some niggas ever see is around tax time, bro.
Fact.
What are you talking about? Let's not lose sight of how much 5,000 mean to niggas be. That's a lot of money, man.
When you starting with zero.
You feel what I'm saying?
5,000 ain't enough for the time that you're gonna get for killing a nigga.
They're not thinking about all that
Well, they
in that
need to
moment.
think about that.
Exactly.
That's something they need to think about.
Cause now it's like, yo, these niggas ain't just robbing niggas. They killing them.
Yeah, I mean.
And that's crazy.
Like, why?
That's crazy. And I heard, sometimes people don't want to give up the jewels. Listen, go get insurance on your shit. And if they run down and they pointing at you, hey, you know what I mean? Just give it up. It ain't worth it. I mean, I know that Mr. Tough Guy, I'm going to die. Y'all, and you ain't taking nothing from me. I'm going to die over this. Really? And if you got kids or children, come on, man. What's more important, your ego and pride or your children seeing you come home alive? You feel me? Take it off. Get it insured. Get your money back. You know what I mean? It's getting crazy out here. These niggas, that PPP money ran out.
Man, they ducking cases now.
I used to trap with an OG around the way. One time we was out there drinking Henny, and it was late, like 1, 2 in the morning. And he was like, yo, we done here? What we doing? We getting another bottle? I'm like, fuck it, I'll hang if y'all hanging. He's like, all right, let's do this. So we drinking and shit, and I forgot exactly who brought it up, but it came up like this, like, yo, what would we do right now? Niggas is sloppy, we drunk. Yeah, this the hood, but if a nigga came from around this way and a nigga came from around this way, what would we do? And they're like, all right, one gun is in the garbage can, one is whoop-de-whoop, right? And my OG was just like, plus I got this. And he pulled out his wallet and that shit had $500 in there. He was like, this is so we don't get killed when they run down. This is how niggas think. Like, this was so there's something here and available. Because anybody that's coming around this corner and knowing how we give it up is desperate. You get popped for niggas for nothing being there.
Yeah.
He kept $500 for the robbers. You understand? Like, this is the type of time that certain people be on.
That's the cost of doing business.
You understand?
That's
that
the cost
kind of business.
That's the cost of doing business.
I mean, shit is dangerous, dog. Like, I used to take my license with me when I was doing dangerous shit just so they can identify my body if the shit went the wrong way.
It's crazy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Nah, I used to leave my shit home, bro. phone and any type of ID. My name is Charles Richardson. What are you talking
Man,
about?
I used to think that it was going down, and my worst nightmare was that something would happen to me and my family couldn't find me. That was one of my worst nightmares.
But the real drop is like, we should be able to celebrate escaping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A nigga want to put something, he should be able to. You know what I'm saying? The problem isn't how niggas is moving. It's like the problem is, like you said, like we gotta speak to motherfuckers and let niggas know, like, this is foul and not gangster. This is not tough. I don't know how you know what I mean, get that point
It's a
across.
plague on
You put a
plague
bag on
our
whoever's
culture.
doing it.
You put a bag on that
Put a
guy?
bag on whoever's doing it.
Makes you better?
No, it don't.
I'm just asking.
But sometimes being even is good enough for me.
I hear you. That's
You
a
feel what
personal
I'm saying?
preference.
It still don't feel even.
These kids are victims, and it's really sad because it's a two-way street. The guys that's putting on the jury, that's rapping and putting them in the mold of hunger, is like a disease. Again, we just spoke about this the other day. If you come into the inner cities where these kids are at that are hungry, that don't watch these rap videos, don't watch these movies, don't play these video games, and then they see you and they see this jury on you and they see that, of course, they're gonna see that is a ticket for them to get to the next level. You know, we need to focus on, especially the rappers and the guys that's doing it, about how do we give back to the community in the right way and
That shit
support
don't,
the
man. Let me
community.
tell you, that
The
shit don't mean nothing, bro.
The jury and the promoting that thing that what's happening to the rappers is like, it's unfortunate, but it's like
It felt inevitable. Yeah, it feels inevitable.
Man.
It feels like there was the time was going to come after the pandemic. Everybody's jobs is gone, the PPP money running out, and here you are. And I've heard way too many good men, family men, say shit like, yo, if it don't get right, if I can't figure something out by this, and this, somebody got to get it.
But at the same time, where you hitting? Who
Whoever,
you hitting?
whoever, they
like
don't-
niggas
they
had
don't think that
rules
far.
when they was doing shit. Who you hitting? Who you hitting? You hitting the guy that's giving inspiration to everyone to get into a better position?
Yeah, but
you
when
hitting the wrong person.
A wolf hit the sheep.
When you in a certain mindset, you perceive things differently though. You understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
Putting on for your hood to a nigga that fuck with you is putting on for your hood. Putting on for your hood for a nigga that don't fuck with you is stunting on your hood. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Standing there on that block with all that shit swinging, look how we give it up right here. Looks different to different people.
And that's a thin line.
You understand?
That line
So
is
it's
so
like
thin.
you gotta talk to different people accordingly. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I could whisper something in one youngster ear, it might go in one ear out the other. Somebody might soak up game and swap out the way they move. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
all it's not a universal speech that got to be given.
Right.
You
Have
can't
you-
save everybody.
Have you guys ever found yourself and held at gunpoint for your jewelry?
Not for my jewelry, but yeah, held at gunpoint.
What was that? What was that about?
Out of high school, I was selling weed. Nigga ran down for the weed.
You
Gave it
ran
up.
down for the weed?
Yeah.
Not the money.
Not the weed. I mean, whatever came with the weed, the money.
Right.
You knew I had the weed, so I got the money and the weed.
How'd you get out of there?
I gave it up.
Oh shit, man, a couple times. First time, we squabbled up with some fools outside the grocery store when I was like 15. You know what I'm saying? And I used to work at Wendy's. That was my first and only job I ever had. I worked at Wendy's, and they used to make you wear the blue Dickies with the blue button up on. And I was in the store, and my brothers and my cousin was outside, and some bloods was like sweating me and pressing me.
Because you had the blue
Because
Dickies.
I had the blue Dickies
But
on.
they couldn't tell it was Wendy's?
Yeah, I took the Wendy's shirt off. I just had my white t-shirt, just got off work, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm 15 years old. I
Right.
was even like, had to get a work permit and all that shit.
Right.
So they came outside, tried to hook off on me. So I start squabbling up with one. My brother, he with the business, he get out. My cousin, he with the business, he get out. Now everybody squabbling. So we ran the fade, did what we did, jumped in the car, drove off. They followed us. My homie Jimmy G was driving, my essay homie. His carburetor was fucked up.
Oh.
So when he hit the corner, the car cut off. And they Swiss cheesed it. You know what I mean? And the bullets is flying all through the window. We getting low. I hear my brother say, I'm hit. So I'm thinking, I'm 15, thinking, damn, my brother hit, he about to die. You know, all this kind of shit. And ever since that day, you know, he made it out. You know what I'm saying? But ever
Thank
since,
God.
Thank you, God.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out, Matt. He made it out, but the thing is that that's when I started packing. I wouldn't go nowhere. I was paranoid. It wasn't about being tough. I was paranoid. And I wouldn't go nowhere without being strapped. You know what I'm saying? From
Right.
15 on up. And that's, I think, the PTSD and the traumatization that comes with that for a young child to try to digest mentally. That's where the intervention needs to happen, where somebody needs to come in and say, look, I've been where you've been.
Agreed.
And try to help you get through that process. Because you just keep it bottled up and stay strapped. Something is gonna erupt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I've been at gunpoint a lot of times, dog. In Cali, just on the bus stop, somebody, what hood you from? You know what I'm saying? Just jump out on you. You know what I mean? So it's been a lot of those, man. And I'm here by the grace of God, man. You know, and when I see these kids and how they living, it moves me, man. I feel like an empath, like I feel people's pain more than the usual person does.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, what can I say? What can I do? How can I help? What can I, you know? And then sometimes you feel hopeless. It's like, they just keep killing each other. You know? They just keep on going. But we try our best, you know? We try our best to try to give them some gems. Ain't one of them big homies that's gonna tell them to go do something stupid. You know, that's the best thing I could do is just lead by example and try to give them like, yo, we all heard this shit. You got two places you're gonna end up. Where is that? If
Dead
you
or
keep
in
with this,
jail.
like,
Dead
dead or in
Grave or in
jail.
jail. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know, man. But one of my dreams right now is to create this compound for young rappers. And I'm putting it out there because I don't care if somebody want to do it before me, that's fine, because it's all about the mission. I want to create this compound for young rappers where they got studios, they got all this type of fly shit. It's gated off, it's safe, it's secure. And we just bring mentors through to talk to them, because what happens is with the young rappers is that there needs to be an intervention point in between them getting their first big check. That's when somebody needs to come in and mentor them right there.
Right.
Right there.
Because what happens is you get your first big check, your hood been seeing you fucked up your whole life. Now you want to show them I ain't fucked up no more. I'm in a Benz, I got jewels, and now you're in the hood and people perceive it as what? Stunting. And that's how you get caught up in the trap, because that you can't resist that temptation to go back to where you from and look crazy around the neck and the wrists and all that. You know what I mean? So we want somebody to come in, talk to these young rappers, somebody that they will fucking respect, talk to them about investment, talk to them about how to move out here, talk to them about contracts, just talk to them. And
Well,
if it
what
go
would
one end,
y'all tell them?
what would you tell them? I know what I tell them.
Who am I talking to?
A young
Just
cat,
young
he just
rappers.
got a deal. He got $1 million deal, but he keep going back to the hood, thinking everything
I
is
would
good.
try to get to him before he keep going, before he
what
get
I
back to the hood, bro. Like,
No, I try to get to him before he get the check.
yeah, like
Yeah.
once I know the check talk
Before
is
the
there,
check.
it's like, all right, let's have a seat. Things are about to get a little. This is how we got to move.
That's
This is
when
your
it
attorney.
happens.
I need to, you know what the real drop is too. Your circle gotta shift.
Yeah.
And
Things
that's
gotta
how
change.
do we elegantly say that? Like,
Yeah.
son, he can't come.
Yeah.
But that's real though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
son ain't.
It'll be that dude
Yeah.
that's gonna have everybody in some shit.
He can't come, right?
Right.
So these are what your friends are gonna start looking like. Your talent has got you to a place, right? We got to keep it up this way. You got to move. You can no longer reside there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's, like I said, delicate, because you don't want it to be like, you changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause that's the first thing they got the money and changed.
Supposed
But you
to.
have to.
You don't got to change. You got to rearrange.
You
stuff.
have to, but
That's it.
You have to.
But that's kind of part of it.
There's an evolution that comes with all of this.
Yeah.
With all of this, any kind of growth, there's an evolution that needs to come with it. And the problem is the attempt to stay the same when nothing around you is. That's stagnation, and you can't stagnate. It's too late for that. And you missed it. You missed your chance to stagnate. Tough. Too bad. You did well. Sucks for you. You did well. Now you have to. Bro, you ordered the pizza. It comes with cheese and sauce and bread. You don't get to take the sauce off and still call it a pizza. Sorry, comes with the sauce.
But the problem is that the growth takes long and the check is instant.
Which is why I said I wanted to get to him
before the check. That's smart.
That's why I said there needs to be a prep before it happens. I've seen it too many times. Like one of the main things is one of the things you landed on. Yo, your circle is gonna shift. It's about to shrink. That guy can't come with you. Everybody you started with, from the first time you write a rhyme with the ambition to be famous and make money, someone needs to pull you aside and say, everybody you start with, you won't finish with. And you need to accept that.
Yeah.
You don't even fight it. The people you start with are not the people you're meant to finish with. Harriet Tubman will tell you that. The one she started out walking with, everybody didn't make it to the finish line, bro. Some of them dudes got shot on the spot because they were compromising the trip.
Well, who were those people for you guys?
What do you mean?
Like
Like
who couldn't come?
Not that you would name names, but
I think I was.
But a
I think I was-
description so people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Young boys just watching,
Yeah.
they know, okay, I know somebody like that.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
For me, I kind of like, I luckily had that moment, MECC, with myself. Like before I got to it. Like, all right, cool. Like I just knew that it's dangerous to be here and there. So I kind of just was like, I'm gonna make a slight quiet exit and chase the booth down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll still say what's up to everybody, but they noticed the movement's changed just a bit.
Right.
Yo, what's good, boy? Nah, son, you know, y'all niggas scared. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all.
Yeah.
I'm over here. You know what I'm saying?
I say the nigga who you can't go nowhere without getting into a fight with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't even go to the corner store without getting into a fight with somebody.
Well,
You know who I call that guy? The fuck that guy. That's his answer for everything.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yo, we about to, nah, yo, chill. Niggas is right there. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Every 5 seconds. Yo, nah, dog, we about to be in this office. We around only, you can't smoke in here. Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
See, they think they need the live wire.
Fuck that guy.
Yo, fuck that.
Shout out to Eddie Murphy. There's a fuck that guy too. That's crazy.
I think they feel like they need to have a live wire around them in case anything pop off while they doing their thing. You know, they doing they want to. So they might think, yo, I need to have this live wire around me.
Point.
But the thing is, a lot of those live wires, they create the drama so you perceive that you need them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of them who go out and start shit on purpose in the entourage because they trying to prove to the rapper that you need me. You see
valuable.
you see what just popped off? If I wasn't here,
Yeah.
you feel me? That
Yeah.
energy. So you gotta really tighten up your circle. You know what I mean? Like you said, that's big, you know? And if somebody's your true homie, they're gonna understand that if they gotta fall back and they know who they are. I know I'm the nigga that's going off. So I'm gonna just fall back because you right. Cause I'm, you know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of my homies, they always, I can't even see how you do industry shit. I've stuck one foot in the industry. That shit is phony as fuck. I can't hang around that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta really, you just gotta move smarter. We gotta celebrate longevity more, because once we celebrate longevity more, then those people that are being in the game, like this gentleman and myself, we have more of a powerful voice
Right.
to talk to these kids and say, yo, what do you want? You want a hit single and you gone in 2 years, or you want your money to last for 20 years?
And there we go.
You know what's funny?
There we go.
I asked a couple of people this question the other night. I was like, what would you rather, to be number 1 for 2 years or number 2 for 20 years?
Number 2. That's so easy.
Oh, you
Not
asking me
that's
to
not
answer
the
that question?
answer you're gonna get.
You want the longevity, bro.
You're not gonna get that answer?
Bro,
Yeah, but who are you number 1 and 2 too, right? So like,
Right.
it's all how you view yourself.
Right.
No, you saying like
Number 1, top
number
of the
one,
game.
top of the charts,
yeah.
top
Okay,
everything.
you dominating.
Right.
You
For
Drake
two-
out
for
here.
2 years.
You Draking it. You smacking
Or-
everything.
Or you number 2. You never touched number 1, but you number 2 for 20 years.
20 years, 2 decades.
Shit, if you number 2 for 20 years, you probably done did tours with number 1. You know what I'm saying? You
Listen,
on that rate.
Yo, if
You-
you
you-
number,
don't-
if you
don't-
number 2 for 20 years,
It ain't gonna take
you're
you
really
18
number
years.
1.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
number 1 swaps in and out.
Yeah.
Number 1 comes
Yeah.
and goes.
Yeah.
Number 1,
Fluid. That list is fluid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
number 1 keep coming and going. If you always number 2, if you're constantly
You smacking up number 1 for 2 years, easy.
number 1 is shook. Oh shit, this nigga's on my neck.
Yeah.
But he never goes away.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's gonna drop again. But the issue is, most of the rappers that we deal with today, and one of the reasons why your words may fall on deaf ears, they don't want to be dope. They don't want to be good. They want to be famous. They want fame. They don't want acclaim. They don't want to be known for having a dope pen. They don't
Right.
want to be known as one of
Yeah.
his lines, Apex Predator. Nobody wants to be known as the guy who what's that everybody's a gangster till a gangster comes in the room.
Right.
They don't want to be, they want to be the guy who they want to be famous.
Like
So what you say to
Who
them?
you talking about, man?
What you mean?
What you talking about?
You wouldn't know him. You wouldn't know him if I
I'm just
named him.
saying.
Tons of rappers who think about a rapper who will tell you that lyrics don't matter. Think about the ones who will claim the charts whenever they get in a rap beef, or tell you how much money they got. Think about those guys. That's their measuring stick. How much money, where they hit the charts, et cetera, et cetera. So when you're telling them don't go back to the hood and show off your jewelry, the problem is that's why they got into this thing. They didn't get in it to make dope records. They got into it to get jewels, get girls, get cars, go back around and shit on everybody else.
Well, I gotta ask a question then. What did you guys get in it for?
You can answer that for.
I just wanted to be one of the dopest.
See how fast that happened?
yeah.
That was just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I knew he'd answer the same way I would answer, so I'm like,
That
go
was
ahead.
it.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I've asked them that question before.
This started with me riding through hoods, jumping off my mountain bike, like, who rap? I'm still here doing that.
Let me shake your hand. I was doing that too.
Exactly.
I was doing that
You
too.
already know.
And you know what's crazy? You performed at Faces in the Crowd,
Okay.
and it was the night that I won. And I got on stage feeling like, yeah, I tore it down. I did my mama's thing.
Yeah.
And then
And then Joell Ortiz comes out, a DJ, no hype man,
Big on
and
no hype,
just
man.
rocked it.
Thank you, bro.
And I was like, I need a DJ. Need a DJ like tomorrow. Need a DJ.
Yeah.
But I never forgot that. I
That's
never forgot
crazy.
that.
Face
I
in the
was like,
crowd.
yo. I was like, yo, I get it now.
You
I
did your thing
understand the
that
hype.
night, though, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, though.
You saw me.
Yeah, I saw you.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember everything.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
I remember everything at shows.
Wow.
I like to watch opening acts and all that shit. I want to see what it is, because, like, I got more shows to do. And if you bring that energy, then let's go. Let's do this one, too.
Yeah, that was
You
crazy.
get what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
But that's crazy that you viewed me that way, like, damn, he got a DJ and shit like that, because in my mind, I always got work to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that
Nah,
probably
you did
wasn't.
your thing.
Thank
You
you.
did your thing.
Thank you. I don't do
and
the hype
that,
man shit,
that
though.
goes back to what he said. You said you always got work
Told
to
you.
do.
Yeah, dog.
It's
Yeah.
always about
Yeah.
the craft.
I just remember, like, you know, damn, on song 3, I
Yeah.
was looking down too long. All that. I'm in my head even when I perform.
I've seen you.
My brother.
We've been on the road, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we were backstage, me and this dude. Had this one quick little story. He told me, yo, I was talking to Twister one day. And Twister said the realest shit in the world to me. He said, I'd rather die and go to hell than be whack. He
Yeah,
said that
that's
to me
true.
from a Twister.
He said, I'd rather die.
Yeah, that's what he
go
told
to
me
hell
one day.
than be
Whack.
whack.
No, that's
Whack.
what Twister
That's
told
what Twister
him.
said, yeah.
Some of you niggas going to hell, man. Some of you niggas going to hell. Like,
Some of
I'm
y'all there
sorry.
already.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's going down.
That shit's, I never forgot.
So why they don't care no more? Because, I mean, what shifted? Too much money came in the
They
game?
were able to be successful without it.
without
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Without it.
I
We
think
lowered
that's
the bar
it.
and
When-
let in
When
dudes.
being the best lyricist didn't equal having the most money, it
Game over.
no longer was about that no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm confused to when that happened.
Don't do it. 'Cause it's gonna be some names popping in a minute if you start saying
I'm just
when did it
confused when the
happen.
dopest dudes wasn't the most well off.
Well, no,
No,
there's
when being the best
they
lyricist.
guarantee, right?
Like,
oh, okay.
No,
You know what I'm
there's
saying?
never been a time in hip hop where the top guy wasn't a lyricist. That's
go.
never.
That's not true. Not
that,
true.
No,
That's
that's absolutely
not true. That's not
We
true.
can talk about that all
That's
day.
not true.
Name me one
Yeah,
era.
let's get
Name
the
me
era.
one
I'm
era.
gonna tell you what Banks told me, cuz go ahead, switch the style up. If niggas hate, then let them hate. Let the
Jay-Z
money
was still
pile up.
rampaging through the world through that whole time.
No, he retired, bro.
Well, you saying 50
Actually,
wasn't
he
lyrical?
retired. 50 before, after Aftermath, Shady Aftermath, yes.
Jay didn't.
50 after, I understood it. He simplified it to appeal to a wider audience.
Not true.
And then you're on a label with somebody that, what are you really gonna try to, like, what was he supposed to turn into once he signed there?
So let me ask you a question.
That still doesn't negate the point. There's never been a time where a top dude wasn't a lyricist.
He was the top dude, bro.
Eminem was still there.
50 was the top dude.
Eminem put him on. And Eminem was
50,
a lyricist.
Yo, 50 was the top dude
He never
at that
surpassed
time, bro.
him.
What I wanted to ask y'all is,
Okay.
how are you viewing lyricism? Like, is it just ill penmanship, word flips, similes, metaphors, or does some shit that stick to your ribs count as lyricism?
Oh yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, he was.
Yeah, 'cause I think some people view lyricism in different lights.
It's like
Yeah.
a code for me. Lyricism is like metaphors, similes, like just depth to what you're writing. Like it's not, you can't just take it for face value. There's something in there. It's like a code, and only the people who really look for it are gonna find it. Like everybody's raving about Jay-Z's verse on God Did, but they're probably raving because someone broke it down first. You know what I mean? And a lot of shit that they were listening to, thinking that was regular shit. Now they're like, oh, I get it now. Oh, he said facial mud out the. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Makeup, wow, that's great. You know what I mean? So now they're getting it.
Yeah.
I look at that as lyricism. Like battle rap is like lyricism on steroids. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how we entertain people. Period. Ain't nothing else to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for like certain artists, like Nelly, would you look at Nelly as a lyricist? He said some things over the years that like, okay, yeah, I fuck with that Nelly. Damn, for real?
You want me to lie?
Ain't got no love for the.
No, that doesn't mean he's whack. That just means there's levels.
So this is what I'm saying. You don't look at that as lyricism.
No,
right?
I don't. I think he's had a couple of lyrical lines, but I don't think overall what he does is lyricism. No.
Okay.
I think he's a clever rapper.
Is this one of those things where everybody always had their own definition?
There's been a set probably, but then there's a qualified opinion, and then there's just an opinion, and then there's an opinion.
Who's the qualified opinion?
I have a qualified opinion.
Who else is a qualified opinion in this?
I had this conversation today on Twitter with Ransom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they were talking about some hip hop page didn't really understand elite lyricism and what it takes to be an elite lyricist and what kind of tools and technical abilities an elite lyricist has. And a lot of people were like, yo, you're a hip hop page. You're supposed to know this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And me and Ransom were kind of educating this dude a little bit on what double entendres and
all that
metaphors and all that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you start talking to people, you start realizing that sometimes you gotta be either super into it from the gate or you gotta be a writer to understand certain levels.
So it doesn't always appeal to the masses.
It doesn't always appeal to the masses.
But it
you know
doesn't.
what I mean?
It doesn't change what it is.
It doesn't change what it is.
Okay, what's James Brown? What's the first word that comes to your head when I say James Brown? What is he?
Hey!
What? Would you call him a singer?
Yes.
Okay. What's Luther Vandross?
A singer. Why you?
Do you think one can sing next to the other? You ever heard him do what Luther does? You ever heard him do what Aretha Franklin can do? No.
No,
Which
but
is why
he does what James Brown does,
exactly
which is pretty
my point,
damn good.
Which
like,
is entertaining. A singer will tell you that he's an entertainer. He even calls himself the world's greatest entertainer. He'll tell you that he wasn't doing what we see singers do. A vocalist will piss on you if you try and tell them that T-Boz is one of them. Shout out to T-Boz, because what she does is dope. But holding a note like Whitney, holding it, you know what I'm saying? Like there's levels when you start talking.
But
it doesn't make it any less entertaining.
I can't imagine anyone singing A Man's World better than James Brown.
Exactly my point. I can't imagine anybody doing We Going Down. I can't, when Nelly does what he does, I was dancing. I love that shit. I'm not mad at it. I'm not shitting on it. I just understand that this is what this is. That's what that is. And what you value it is completely up to you.
Shit. Can I do that?
Wow, that was...
Yeah, it's a retro, man. It's a retro, man.
Mr. Turn your phone off before the show starts.
Right now. So what's a lyricist to y'all? And why? Why be a lyricist?
A lyricist, for me, would be the girth in your rhymes. I don't care. You know, I'm, again, from the 90s generation. I grew up on KRS-One. I grew up on X-Clan and people like that. If your rhyme don't say nothing, I don't care how strategic you made it. I don't care about all of that.
It has to say something?
It has to say something. I got to learn something from it. It got to be educational.
The content,
the
message.
Something, yes, I have to have some girth to it. I have to mean
Some
something.
substance.
Yeah, you know?
When you say girth, that's just slightly paused, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lyricist to me, right? So you gotta be nice, right? It starts with that. Like, can I say you nice? If I can say you nice, then you can get in the conversation.
Then
right?
what's nice?
But that's what I'm trying to allude to. Like, all right, so Nelly's nice at what he does. You know, the nigga was putting together smash records.
Yeah.
Melodies was unmatched for a few years. Like, he had the world dancing.
Word. To this day, I don't know underlay, mommy, yeah, oh.
But you were
I
saying
don't know
when they dropped the mic,
together.
when they what's popping in that,
Nah.
right? It was crazy. You know,
Yo, but to this day, like, ain't nobody
Fire.
pulling up, yo, underlay, yeah, oh. No, nobody's doing that.
He had an ill
but
bar in
the
there.
shit worked.
Quietly, there was an ill bar in that. At least one. at least one or two. There's a couple of ill bars.
Yeah,
in
but
there.
for me though, let's strip the music. Let me hear the verse and let me see if I go wow. Sometimes that's what I want to see. Like he said, the depth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if we stood around and rhyme, how would you move me off you and what you say and how you play with words?
No beat, no nothing.
Nothing. Let me
Right.
see where you at.
Can't
We here?
double it.
Can't
No,
do nothing.
no
I need to
ad-lib.
hear you. You need to enunciate properly. I need to be the next person rhyming going, oof, it's gonna be a tough one. I'll do.
Yeah.
That's me though. That's what I came up in. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, but I would never sit here and discredit someone like 50 who had us riding around crazy to real shit.
Right.
Many Men was on repeat for me. I can't even explain, man. Like that shit was in my soul.
Yeah, talking to your soul.
Cried. I almost cried when I heard that.
Nigga,
first
Yeah, he
time.
was talking to
We
your soul.
was talking.
almost cried.
We was reciting the skit.
Right.
Yo, damn, niggas, let's go get something to eat. Nigga, that shit was there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it was taking homie so long. Man, pull up, like, nigga, like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, I guess at my core, it's like, yo, is son nice or is she nice? You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it's different conversations. Because you got to give it up when people can move. Anybody who can move, Tupac.
Right in the same
Come
vein.
on, son.
Right.
Right in the same
Right.
vein.
Hit you in your chest.
Right.
He ain't saying the
ain't-
cleverest shit.
Yeah, it's not double and triples. It's
But what he
singular
said-
damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Here you go. You know what I'm saying? So
Like if you listen to like the Biggie and Tupac freestyle, I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s. When I was young, I was like, yo, Biggie's smoking him.
yeah,
Like he's throwing in bars, punchlines, all that. And Pac came on, it was like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but it wasn't until I got older, I matured, that I could feel what he was saying.
got you.
You know what I mean?
And you got to give points for that. Like, a lot of people just don't know how to grade lyricists correctly. Their grading system is off. They don't understand what to give points for in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the reason why when they get on hip hop Twitter and all that other shit, they talking out the side of their neck because they don't know.
How to grade it.
They don't know how to grade. They don't know that if somebody is talking to your soul, that's an A+ verse right there.
Right.
They don't
Yeah,
get that
to
part.
this day, I don't feel like niggas get half the shit that I said. in
And that's
battle rap.
another thing. If you going over people's heads and you bringing all this shit, another A+. It's like, you know, I just like the art of words, so it don't matter. I hear people say, man, this M rhyme was dope, but he didn't say nothing. He don't gotta say nothing for me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Why
I
is
just
that?
like, well, because I love the art of connecting words. So when I hear somebody do it on a master level, I acknowledge that's a master. I know how hard it is to make that paragraph
Right.
exist.
Right.
I know that it takes a skill.
Right.
I know that it takes, you know what I mean, a real motherfucking technical abilities to do that. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if he ain't saying nothing that I can relate to, because right now I'm just in love with the way the motherfucker put the words together. Period.
Yeah.
And I can give people points for that.
Me too.
Because I'm the same way when it comes to somebody talking to your soul, like Scarface. The same fucking
Oh,
way.
God, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yo, he just spoke to my soul.
So, word.
You feel me? So it's like, I feel like that conversation, that narrative, you know, surrounding him and all that, it's like, yo, dog, that's like saying, you can't say he's not nice. He's nice, period. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a hard argument to sell.
Yeah, but they selling it.
They'll try.
They'll try to sell that all
try.
day.
He's not nice.
Man, they'll try to sell that all day because they just don't like how he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? They just don't like how he's doing his thing.
That's when you know it's hate. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I take it to the Renegade joint. You know what I mean? Like, his approach, his patterns, and how he connected the words to convey his story was epic. It was epic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, Jay's verse talked to me more. because of where I'm from.
Right.
That's why that verse talked to me more.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I could still acknowledge that he smoked that track.
Yeah.
And I don't get why people can't do both.
Because they're not entertained as much by it. You're entertained by lyricism. The normal consumer isn't. We had this conversation.
But who's the normal consumer when he's selling 10 million records?
Oh, for different reasons.
Yeah,
For
let's
different
talk
re-
about it.
for
I mean, we
For
here.
different reasons. One is cultural, and the other one is
What
Nah.
trumps the other? Because for me, shout out to my bro Cash Cato. I was in a group with this guy, and lyrically, he could put shit together so ill that by the time I hear his verse, and I know I had to go in next, I know I had to say something that meant something to be able to negate him smoking me on the track.
Just to keep up.
Right, because his flow would be like,
Right.
I'm like, damn, I don't know if I could mimic that, but I gotta say something like the whole block is gonna feel about maybe a shootout last week or whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna hit harder than that. So for me, the real shit always outweighed the lyricism.
But then there's a handful that could and hit you here.
And hit you there. And that was the mission, to be that and be able to do that. Otherwise, he would have been smoking me on everything.
Yeah, I feel
you know
you.
what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So what do we put on that's
The value, which one is more valuable?
Which one is more valuable?
subjective.
Yeah, I agree.
Subjective. That's purely subjective.
Yeah.
That's why you can't judge somebody for what they're into. It's subjective.
You see it all the time in battle rap.
Yeah.
Nigga be technical to death, and then somebody say, but you stink. And niggas like, ah! You know what I'm saying? You know, you see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That nigga was complex as hell.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is he gonna say?
That's
First off, you smell. Oh, that nigga's Yo, that shit is the best, son.
Thanks,
But
man.
that's the reason why I like a blend
Yeah.
of complexity and real shit. To me, that's the illest level.
It is.
So who are the best at that?
Shit. The best?
Pun. Cool
I bet the best at having both.
Having
Yeah,
both.
but best of both worlds. No, I ain't gonna say.
Yeah. Damn.
Black Thought.
But I thought it was ill.
Yeah.
I'm just mentioning. They're popping in my head. Rascast, Corrupt.
All right, how about this? Who has one of your favorite verses ever?
Nas.
Biggie.
You say Nas, right? You consider him one of those?
What
Red
verse
Meat
is it? Because I bet you my Biggie verse smokes your Nas verse.
Oh, man.
I bet.
We kicking them or just saying them?
Now, you can just say what it
You
is.
can say him.
It's oh shit! Through the lights, cameras, and action, glamour, glitters, and
Verbal
gold.
intercourse.
Oh, verbal intercourse.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, mine smokes yours by far. Keep your hands high. Second verse. Me and my nigga Lance to Chemistry's advance. Bought 10 bricks, 4 pounds of weed plants. Branson, now we lamping. 12-room mansion. Bitches get naked or get money. Players anthem, don't forget
I thought
one
he
more
wasn't
chance.
kicking.
My
See,
other
see,
hits,
see,
shit.
no,
You
I
ain't know yours. I know
I
that
did
verse
know
too.
mine. What you nuts? I
Through the
just didn't
lights,
know what the
cameras,
song
and action,
was.
glamour, glitter. You listen, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Through the lights,
Yeah.
cameras, and action, glamour, glitters, and gold. Down, fold the scroll, plant seeds to stampede the
The
globe.
globe,
When I'm
when I'm
deceased,
deceased,
by then
like,
the beast to
rise
rise like
like
yeast,
yeast.
to conquer peace, leave the savages to
Roam
roam
in
the streets, live on the run. Police paying me to give him my gun,
trick my wisdom with the system that imprisoned my son, smoke gold leaf, a whole heap.
And they yes.
I'm raunchy. The things I do is real and never
And
raunchy.
yes, though.
What's yours?
Favorite verse?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have to really sit around and think about that answer. I don't
What's
have
your favorite verse of yourself?
That's another thing I'd have to sit around because it's all moods, right? You know what I'm saying? If it's
Right.
just barred out, I can go into this over here. If it's fucking touching somebody right here in their chest, I can go over here. If it's just, he flipping, he flipping where he went double time, I could go over there. What I'm trying to say is I'm one of them ones.
Right. But give me at least 3 of those verses that people could be like, yes, he is.
Okay.
Harbor City Season 1 new album.
Yes.
Y'all can go hear about 3 of those.
Sheesh. There's some shit on there.
Take long at all.
Nah, it is though. I don't know, man.
Go listen to Holy Water on Harbor Season. He's telling a story, a true story about, you know what I mean, getting chased by the cops and doing his little hustle and all that shit, but he's doing it in a double time format. That's not easy. I'm a writer, I know. That's not easy to tell the story, keep the storyline correct while you're double time flipping, changing patterns. He was in the Matrix.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Go listen to that shit. Go listen to the Heat Wave joint, the first single off the shit, where we going back and forth. It's double entendres, triple entendres, and quadruple entendres in there. You know what I'm saying? There's metaphors flying all over the place, similes. Go listen to that.
Yeah.
Or go just listen to the Community Center off the album where he's talking about being a kid and being safe in the community center while all the wild shit was going on outside. That's the shit that touch you because you can relate to that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, you could go listen to any one of our projects and find all that shit you talking about. I promise. I promise. Because that's how we construct
you,
our
my
shit.
brother. Thank
That's
you,
how
by
we
the way.
construct our shit.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite verse of Crooked?
Crooked is the kind of dude you could just spin a wheel and throw a dart. Yeah, that one. Like, that one's my favorite. Like,
right.
I mean, dog, we talking about, forget the West Coast, just probably one of the best lyricists, period.
Facts. I still be quoting this shit.
Period. Like, just period.
Shook chain, the only time I wore blood diamonds. That's hard.
That's hard.
That's hard.
Yo, he's built for the arena he's about to step in.
Oh,
He's-
yeah.
he's built for
That's
that.
still going down?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a gladiator, you got to test your mettle.
That's what they say.
You know what
Against
I'm
the
saying?
best, though.
Huh? Yeah,
Against
you
the
got to
best,
go.
though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it don't matter.
It don't matter. You know what I mean? You got to go really. My legacy is going to be correct when I lay the mic down. You know what I mean? It's going. I've ghostwritten for niggas that's the niggas top 5s. You feel me?
Likewise.
And you know what I'm saying?
Wait.
I'm
hold on.
aware.
But this is
Likewise.
I'm aware.
You know what I'm saying? That's non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah,
You feel
and
me?
yeah,
them
and
NDAs.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, crazy out here, crazy.
Oh, I'm very aware.
Yeah, crazy.
Walk through the buildings and
Crazy.
heard
I'm
some of
gonna
the
start to
reference
say that
tracks.
shit
Yeah.
too, man. NDA, man. You know, I wrote for half the niggas in the game.
No, it's a real thing.
But it's
Yeah,
real,
no, I
though.
swear, man,
It's
it's a real
real.
thing.
I know it is, but
Real.
I would
But
never put it
damn.
out like that, but that's the real. You know
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
y'all can tell me off camera.
Oh, facts.
I won't bring it up. I
don't know where it came from, right?
Right, exactly.
If you walk through some of those buildings, you'll hear them reference tracks.
Yo, dogs.
You go through at the right time.
Yeah, Mac.
What is that
You'll
like?
hear some of the
Do you
reference
still
tracks.
respect the people that you're writing for?
I do.
But you would never take that, right? You never take a verse from somebody?
No, nah, that's not me.
Okay, it's not you.
Yeah, nah.
It's not you.
I'm just from that era, bro. Like, I'm not mad at nobody that do it, but
Yeah.
I didn't come up in that era. I came up in the era where you gotta pen your own shit.
We back
You
to
know
the
what I'm saying?
time. We back to the
Did
time.
any of these verses like make it like hit single, like #1 or anything like that? Or
Number one?
top 100? Top 100? What?
Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah, man.
Y'all think I'm trying to
tell you
narrow
something.
it down? Like,
No.
There's plaques.
Yeah, blacks, bro.
There's plaques.
There's plaques.
Is it singles or is it album cuts?
Why you doing this?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, why you doing this?
Because there's a question that follows behind it, but you won't get it until
There's
I
been
get it.
celebrated records, yes.
Celebrated
very,
records.
Very accomplished,
Heavy
successful
rotation.
Yeah, for
records.
sure.
Yes. Hell yes.
Okay.
Hell yes.
Were they bigger than your records?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
How does that, now I gotta ask, like, how does that happen?
Well, first of all, not everything that I pen is hip hop.
Oh, so they were like R&B songs.
I'm just saying, there's levels.
So you write country and western.
Yeah, I hear
I'm
you.
just
I hear you. All right, so my art form is the most complex.
Right.
So getting to the other stuff, I actually take a little bit off.
Bro. You be writing R&B records, bro? Like,
Nah, I write. I'm a writer at my core.
I
You
know,
what I'm
but do
saying?
they
So-
turn into R&B records after you write them?
Well, no, I mean, everything is rhyming, right? Everything is rhyming, right?
So yes.
Yeah, I wrote everything. I wrote a lot of stuff, bro. Yeah.
Do you
Let me
reference
not
it
say
too?
wrote. I write
Do you reference it too?
a lot of stuff.
Do you reference it too?
Yeah, I got a voice, man. Yo, I was trying a lot of hooks on a new album.
Yo, I ain't
Yeah,
mad
you
at you.
just- Nah,
I ain't
son,
mad at
yeah,
you.
son.
Yo, I got a record. I be telling people it's Tank on the hook. It's really me.
Fire.
It's really me.
Why you not giving it to yourself then?
Because they wouldn't believe me.
Nah, own that.
I be trying to.
Nah, own that, son.
After they tell me they like the song, then I be like, it's me. It's
Own that.
really me.
Own that. Own that though. Own that though.
Yeah, I don't care. I grew up around gangster singers, nigga.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Nate Dogg, you know what I'm
Nate
saying?
Dogg.
Word.
Salute.
Man.
Wow. R.P. Nate
Yeah,
Dogg.
niggas will get on you quicker than these rap niggas.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Nate
But you know
Dogg-
what's crazy? Like, you a new artist, right? You maybe 17, 18, 19. How much experience you got to write about?
Not much.
Not much, but
Like,
for them it's like this new AI thing where they're like you can feed an AI program like thousands of records and then
Yeah.
tell it to create something and it'll create pieces of a lot of the things that it's already heard. So I feel like young writers, they're like that. They listen to music all day long and they kind of like take pieces from everything and they compose stuff.
Yeah.
But they really don't have like their own experiences to sing about yet.
interesting. Interesting.
If they got a good imagination, if they're good at watching,
Yeah.
there are exceptions to that.
It's
rule.
like that 13-year-old that just rhymed about having keys in the crib and the cops rushed and all that shit.
Yeah.
Where do you think you got that from?
Yeah.
Or Nas living in the middle of
Or
Queensbridge.
Pac, Brenda's got a baby.
That's why I like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
For a 20-some-year-old, his shit was too deep, man. It's like he had an old soul. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Biggie too. That was a little, like when you think back at it, you'd be like, yo, Life After Death was written by a 23-year-old?
But dog, let me tell you something, son. Dogs. I seen a lot all the way to 19. Like
Yeah,
19, dog, I seen a lot.
Right.
I seen niggas leave in front of me. I seen pregnant women buy crack. I've seen hell, nigga. Like at a very tender age. I deal with some of my homies' deaths now. I was at the wake, but I ain't really was at the wake. Cause I ain't really know I couldn't value it. That's why the young dudes in the hoods is really the wild dudes. They don't really know what they doing just yet. Like how scared are you to pop somebody if you don't know what happens if you get caught?
Right.
You a cannon. I did this shit twice. I didn't get caught. I'm laying everything down.
Yeah.
Then you get caught and you go, oh wow, I got a daughter.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when you sitting in. You go, oh shit, I should have. We did that one different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could see a lot at an early age if you come from, humbling circumstances.
Right.
I was more so speaking to like the 17, 18, 19-year-old love songs. Things like, you can't really be through it. You could get a puppy love what you saw shorty on the bus. Damn, I should have said something.
Yeah.
But you ain't,
Yeah.
it ain't gut wrenching. You ain't
Right.
looking outside coughing to my, yo, this bitch is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
not
like,
happening yet.
not at
That's
17.
But
Oh, they hurt Mac Young. They hurt you, young.
bro, don't get me started. Even though she been
Meg
on
was
my
crying
line.
Oh, damn,
Mac, you was crying at 12, bro.
Oh, but no.
Damn, son.
What I know for a fact is at that time, that world, even though it's this big, that's your whole world. You think what I mean?
Yeah,
That Puppy
yeah,
Love
that's
is the
true.
first one. It's this big. It's all encompassing because it's the only one you've ever had.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you know how Al Green and all of them, they had, I mean, these
Deep,
grown
soulful,
ass.
yeah. Let's stay together, and whether it's good. But what I'm saying is, it's not always going to be the experience that you have to write from. Some people can rely on their talent to convey said experience in a way that you still would. If you just sat here and talked about your first whatever, and I just went all the way back to 12 and was like, oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a talented
Yeah.
fucking writer. Ghostface talking about all that I had was,
Right.
I didn't like to sleep next to John. He
Peed the bed. All of a sudden, wow,
You remember,
wait a minute.
oh,
Roaches out the
yeah,
cereal.
my
There
cousin
was
used to
times
pee
I
the
had to go to
bed.
Brenda's house with a note saying,
Yeah.
yo, can we borrow some food? I'm dead
Yeah,
broke.
bro.
And you remember that embarrassment
Yeah.
of whatever.
The food stamps, all that, yeah.
If
take
there was
that.
a kid who could get that across
There is.
as it's happening.
Yeah, there is.
This
Didn't you see
photographer.
Didn't you see the kid in overseas in the middle of the war zone rapping on YouTube? You never saw that kid? He's like looks like he's 12 years old.
What?
His motherfucking neighborhood got bombed. That shit is all fucking tore up behind him, and he's rapping about the war and how it's affecting his life.
I do remember that. I do
Who's this
remember
kid?
that. I saw that like
That's kinda crazy.
once or twice.
Who's the
Yeah,
kid? Who's the kid?
I can't remember his name, but he was nice.
I do remember that.
And he was going through enough shit to express it the right way. And it's like you said, you
was
gotta
rapping
have
in
that
English?
gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have that gift of, because I could take a story and somebody else could take a story and it'd be two different songs.
Right.
Same story.
Yep.
You know, you just gotta have that gift. And that's what, and like I said, I keep bringing up Pac because he's one of the ghosts to me. He just had that. He had that. You know what I mean? He knew how to talk to your spirit, man. He knew how to do that shit.
So you saying you can be next to
Abdul?
it?
That might be. Let me
MC
see.
Abdul, this kid?
Yep, I think that is him.
Yeah.
I think that is him. Check that out when you
remember
get a
seeing
chance.
that.
MC Abdul. Shout out to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's from
bro.
a year ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to be close enough.
And that's why I
though,
don't give,
right?
not to cut you off,
Yeah.
but that's why I don't give like young writers, I used to not give them no slack because it's like we have too many icons who started off at a young age and they were dope for that era. They was fucking dope as fuck. So I used to be like, so if you young and you not on your pen game, I don't give you no excuses. But I kind of changed that because I've seen artists grow into a dope MC. I've seen kids 16, 17 come in and be like, and then 22, he got it.
Who?
A lot of people.
Who? Well, say
Shit,
name.
I remember when Wayne first dropped, I thought he was cool. I'm like, that's a
definitely-
cool kid.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And then
That's a
he
good
just,
example.
and then he just,
That's a real that's great.
yeah,
Because
he grew into a monster.
yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Right.
But who he is now, oh my
He grew into a
God.
fucking monster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
sometimes you got to
savage.
give the kids a chance
Nah.
to
Yo, Max.
you're not giving them no slack, man.
Yeah,
Why
Mac
you doing
don't-
that, Mac? Why you crushing dreams early?
Cause his dreams got crushed.
No, they
So
didn't.
he crushes everybody
No,
else.
they didn't. I'm living my dream. I'm dead ass living my dream. I am blessed as fuck. Everything is on the incline. I am living my dream every day.
A
I'm blessed as
16-year-old
shit.
walks in here, spits for you, and it's not it. You say, yo, that's not it. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, but I don't say out of here. I say work on it.
Okay.
That ain't it, but go work on it. But what I don't do is give. You ever been to one of them open mics? Somebody gets up on stage and they do, and the announcer goes, yo, give it up for him. It's not easy to get up here. They want you to clap for that?
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Participation trophy.
I don't do participation trophies.
Yeah, I don't believe
do
in
that
those
at all.
either.
Go home and work on it.
It's not easy to get up there, though.
I don't care. I don't care. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. Nobody told you it was supposed to be easy. Period. Go home and work on it. Be embarrassed. And then go get better. Be ashamed of what you did because it was bad. And then come back and top that shit. And if that's not so good, go back and do it again. No MC I know, no MC I respect started off top of the food chain. You got embarrassed. You did something wrong. You held the mic wrong. You performed fucked up. You were sloppy. You said some bullshit. Nobody started off perfect, but this idea that you can start off and be, unless you're a fucking prodigy, and some of those are running around, but they not dime a dozen. So if you coming through the door, no. Go back and fix that shit. I don't care how old you are.
See,
Wayne
but
was
you
13.
you talking about
LL
somebody.
was 16. Nas was 19. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
They're
Go
gonna,
back
talking
and
they're gonna
fix
make a
it.
meme of what you just said and put that girl is period period. You're gonna put her right next to Mecca. Mecca's gonna be right over her head just talking this shit.
That shit
But
is-
you're talking about somebody you possibly have direct communication with. I'm just talking about an artist that I just see on fucking YouTube.
Right.
They don't. Those
You know,
ain't-
and he don't sound dope.
Those
I might
artists don't
check.
hit-
I might check back for him later.
but they don't
You know what
hear
I'm saying?
from you directly.
Yeah,
You're not reaching out to them directly.
yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
But that's the point. if you're coming to me, he asked me
Yeah, if
what
they
I would
co-
say if
yeah.
you walked in the door.
Yeah.
Right. That's two different subjects, but I got you.
I'm on that side of the desk. You remember
Yeah.
what I used to do for a living?
Yeah.
That was day in, day out. No, go work on.
Oh
No,
shit, we
that's
all
not-
heard that shit. When
Yeah.
I
that's
started,
a
I
fact.
started off doing my first CD that ever hit the stores and shit back when they had CD stores was a compilation called 19th Street Compilation. It was all Long Beach rappers on there. And you know, Snoop was all over the place and all that. And he was just popping, getting crazy out there. But when they was in the studio, be 19 of us. They was, get out the booth. Next. Nah, that ain't it. Get out the booth. Next. Nah, that ain't it. Everybody waiting on their shot. If they come in and say some whack shit, out the booth. You not getting on the song. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the breeding ground. And we was only kids. We was 18, 17. You know what I'm saying? So
And you came out of that.
I came
See?
out of that, yeah.
See, I'm not crushing dreams. I'm building them. If your dream
Some
is
people.
worth it, if
For
you,
some people.
Some people.
If you don't come back, you weren't supposed to be here. If you don't come back, if you get thrown out the booth,
Said, get out, get
and you don't come back, you don't have the heart for what you're about to go through, because it gets worse than that. What happens when it's a room full of people, a room full of me's, telling you to get the fuck off the stage, and they start throwing shit? What happens when you get back around your way and all your niggas is telling you corny? You're not built for it. If you take my shit to heart to the point where you don't come back, it was never meant to happen.
I'm assuming we speaking on lyricists, correct?
Yes.
Because you could send somebody out that's trash and they'll go get 1 billion streams,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah. Garbage still, bro.
I'm
Garbage,
just saying, we in that era.
Like
garbage still stinks no matter how fresh it is.
Yo, I always like to know, like, who are these people y'all speak of? I need to know.
Ask him who he's writing for.
No, I don't like no trash.
Ask
dude.
him who he's
Right,
writing
for Lil
for.
Pump,
No,
nah,
but
keep it real.
without you,
Yeah.
we be.
Oh yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See how fast that happens? It
Yeah. Sometimes.
takes no time.
It happens so fast, I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Exactly. See what happened there? See what happened there?
It takes no time. It takes no time. I'm about furthering the culture. I'm about furthering the genre. I'm about furthering the art form. And I can't do that giving breaks or lowering the bar or lowering the standard. You can't do
I
that.
hear what you're saying, Meg. But at the same time, like,
How does it make you feel, though, when somebody you perceive as not as dope as you gets further in your line of work?
I believe that everybody gets where they're supposed to be off of the choices that they made. And some people made some good choices. So I never look at it like, yo, that person don't deserve to be there. I never really feel like that. Sometimes I feel like, oh nah, this person might be getting exploited, like 50 Tyson. I thought 50 Tyson like, nah, y'all niggas, y'all really low key making fun of this nigga. Stop trying to act like, you know what I mean? Y'all really making fun of him and setting him up, you know what I mean? But other than that, I always looked at it like, well, this person must have did something that they were supposed to do to get where they was at.
Yeah.
So I can't really hate on it. I could be like, I don't like that bar, like the J. Cole, I put an M on your head like Luigi, brother. I didn't really think that was crazy. But there was other people that was like, yo, that was nuts. And I'm like, nah, it was good though, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? But nah, I don't look at it like that. But I do weigh and say, okay, this type of artist goes this far. This type of artist, sometimes they hit a ceiling. And when it comes to lyricism and true lyricists, some of the best in the world will probably never sell the records I would love for them to sell.
And is that how you measure their success?
I measure success in how many people you can touch. Now, me being a lyricist myself and a battle rapper, you know, I get this shit like, okay, yeah, I got that bar. I get it, so I know what it takes to put it together. And I can sit there and be amazed at what somebody puts together, but at the same time, I play it for my girl and she'd be like, what's that? Like, what is he talking about? I don't, you know, well, not necessarily. You kind of get bars here and there, here and there. But it's not.
It's like, yo, she's right there.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
she can hear you.
But I measure verses, like people's verses, off of whether she likes it or not, because I know I want to appeal to a broader audience than just people who know how to write. Because there's not many of those, and most of them niggas ain't gonna buy your shit. They're gonna listen to it, but they're not gonna support, they're not gonna come to your show because you're their competition. You dig what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So
I hear you.
how do you make that decision? Like, if you're penning records that are selling more than your own records are selling, how do you make the decision to say, I'm still gonna stick to this way?
Well, that's easy.
Or are you?
Yeah, that's easy. I never did this shit for money. It all started with hopping off the 10-speed who rhyme. I kept that. I wear that hat like this to be able to be in barbershops, and when my name get brought up, somebody argues on my behalf.
Right.
It's a win for me. You know what I'm saying?
Where was you doing this at? Because you didn't make it to Crown Heights. I'm just letting you know, you didn't make
That's
it
a
to
long
Crown
bike
Heights.
ride from where I'm from. Keep it in mind. That's a long ride from my side.
If you didn't get to Crown Heights, somebody would have knocked on my window. Yo, this is somebody out here, son. He said he got it.
And you might have had that same reaction you had at that show. Like, yeah, he do got it, son. I'm fucking with Brooklyn, you heard?
That's what I'm
Nah,
talking
real
about.
shit. Real
I
shit.
feel you though, man.
Real shit.
But nah. Yeah, it never been about no bread for me. You feel what I'm saying? It's always been about, being respected. I knew if I chased down my passion, well, the rest of the shit follows. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the nicest get to the bread. I know the bread is gonna come eventually, right?
Right.
As long as I stay sharp, I'll get in the bins eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you made it to where you needed to go? Or do you
Depends-
feel like there's still more to be done?
I think we all making it, right? I don't want to put an end to the word make.
Right.
Like we always, like, you know what I'm saying? You could have said you made it when you was smashing niggas in the battle rap arena.
Right.
But here you are today, right?
Right.
Making it.
Right.
So it's always a process. You know what I'm saying? Evolution, growth. You know what I'm saying? The mountain bike kid now drives nice. The project boy is a homeowner a couple times.
Right.
You know, the dude running around dumping dick is a married man. You get what I'm saying? So it's,
Right.
it's levels.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Making it. By the grace of God, I am making it.
Okay. So you rapping about marriage now?
I've rapped about my wife before, yeah.
How she feel about it?
She liked that.
She likes it, right?
She liked that. She did that little thing I like
they
later that night.
They always like it. They always like
My
it.
wife. I love her.
So what's the tone now for these albums?
Staying in your truth. Something that me and Crook have done our entire lives. We rapped about everything that went on in our life. Our music aligns with our breath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go to my first album, The Brick, you're gonna hear a young Puerto Rican dude in the hood with all the drugs. That's what was going on. I was in the booth with half a head of braids and half was a fro. There was a pack. It was a pack. It was a pack.
The Method Man.
Yeah, there was a pack in my pocket.
Everybody had the Method Man when we was young, bro.
I was going to meetings with labels with drugs on me. Cause it was like my man Dennis, like, yo, get off come on. I'm like, yo, I'm coming, get in the car now. And it's just like, I ain't even got the time to go upstairs. We going up here. We got a meeting, you forgot? You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy,
Right.
So as things change, as life changes, so does what I talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, the worst thing niggas could do is not be authentic.
Why is that?
Niggas can sniff that, bro. They can sniff non-authenticity on you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's a dangerous game when you play that game, too. That means you standing around on the block too long, too. You get what I'm saying? You trying to blend in. We see it in them hoods. We see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas sticking around too long, trying to be, I see a lot of OG. We gotta talk to our OGs out here, man. They preying on the young dudes. They not giving them game.
No, they lining them up.
It's crazy, my nigga. It's crazy. You know
Or
what I'm
they
saying?
on their second childhood.
I saw Andre 3000 say one time, somebody ran down on him in Tribeca, and they was like, Andre, I need some new stacks, some new 3 stacks. And he was like, what am I? He said, it's not verbatim, but it's along the lines of, what am I offering? What do I do? He was like, the most important word in hip hop is hip. He's like, once you're not hip, you need to know when to be like,
Let me hop my ass up and shit. Right. Right.
You don't fuck with that?
Nah, that was absolutely terrible. That was corny when he said that shit. I got pissed.
Why?
I was super mad at him.
Was you mad because it meant that he wasn't gonna be rapping, or you was mad at the message itself?
Two things can be true at the same time. I missed 3 stacks on the mic, number one.
Gotcha.
Number two, I think in order to show that we are who we say we are, authentic, you have to rap past the age of set date here. I think the fact that we don't have artists who are outside with gray in their beard and smashing shit and talking.
But we do.
We had Method Man here.
We do.
We had Method Man sitting in that chair,
And
and
he
I
stood.
told him one of the things you
Oh,
responsible
God, I heard
for.
a verse from him the other day. I was like, what the fuck,
I
bro?
told him
How
one of
did-
the things you're
I was like,
responsible
what
for
the fuck? How
is
you-
showing us what cool looks like at 50. You need to show us what 50 looks like. What
That-
50 years old. And Q-Tip
Yeah.
got the same game from Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
He said, you need to show me. I don't know what it looks like to be this age and be cool as shit. You got to show me what that looks like.
That's different on that's
We
different on
can't-
different that's different on people though, right?
Exactly. Stax is not Method Man. Stax is not Q-Tip. I would love to see what Stax looks like at 50. I would love to hear his life put down in that poetic ass way that only he can do at that age. I think hip is what you say it is when you that talented. You don't run by other people's rules. You make the fucking rules. You fucking Andre 3000. You're one of the best we have. And you hanging it up because of the date on your birth certificate? That shit is trash.
Is that what
to
you
me.
got from that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because his son, I've seen the other interviews where he said, you know, my son doesn't know who my son listens to this. My son listens. Bro, why are you listening to your son? Your son is not your fan base. I'm your fucking fan base. I want to hear what you're going to say. I'm not listening to the music that your son is listening to on the same level. I hear what your son hears, but that's McDonald's to me. I heard that before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm at Tavern on the Green now. I want to hear your shit. I want to hear life from your perspective.
Are hip hop fans doomed to become R&B fans after a while?
If they don't
Because
knock
they
that
just-
bullshit off.
Because they just can't get the same shit, the same high.
I
that
think
they got.
contemporary rap is winning. I think you know what I'm saying. Hip hop will be 50 years old next year.
Yeah.
You feel me? And we're seeing a lot of different phases that we didn't know was even possible because it was such a young art form. You know what I mean? And genre. So now we're seeing Ice-T is on stage doing 20,000 people in the crowd right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Chuck D, same thing. He in Europe doing 20, 30,000 people.
But it's not new music.
It's not new music. Well, some of the
Big
stuff
Daddy
is new
Kane's is.
because, you know, Ice got the rock thing going on and all that. And his newest rock releases are being, you know, awarded. So,
Right.
I mean, you know, shit. We just spoke on Marshall. We know what he gonna do into his 50s. He's gonna be able to Mick Jagger this shit. And we should applaud all that because it should not be
Yeah.
an expiration date on fucking talent.
Yeah.
It should not be an expiration date on talent, bro.
I saw a
With that
list.
said though,
Yeah.
pardon, man, like you should also be able to say,
It ain't for me.
I'm not what I once was.
Right.
And I'm good. I'm cool on exiting now.
If
And it shouldn't be up to you, the listener.
no, that's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're hanging it up because you don't feel like you can do what you can do,
Yeah.
if I can accept,
Okay.
and it doesn't matter whether I accept it or not,
Right.
because I'm the guy on this
But you're just
side.
saying you can't accept
Right,
that. You.
but if you told me Floyd Mayweather don't want to fight no more because he broke his left hand too many times, he's up there in age, he can't move the way his reflexes are shot. Anderson Silva, one of my favorite fighters. When I watched him decline, if you want to step away because you feel like you ain't got it no more, I won't say shit. But if you tell me you don't want to keep rapping because your son is not into your shit, or you feel like you're not cool enough to that, I can't. That's a terrible reason to stop doing what you know you can do. If that's your only reason,
Yeah.
if the skill, Maya Angelou didn't have that
I don't
problem.
think that's the reason.
Mick,
I
no,
really
that's
don't
what he
think that-
said. Mick Jagger. Why don't we have a Mick Jagger?
We
Where's
will.
our Mick Jagger?
It's
Where's
coming.
our Ozzy Osbourne?
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. I
Where's our
agree.
Bono?
It's coming.
But it won't if people are, because hip is the first, and you feel like you're not cool no more, so you stop. Mick Jagger don't do that shit. Steven Tyler don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, but
Motherfuckers is 70
rest in-
years old.
Maybe we
Rest
talk
in
about
peace.
what
Rest
Matt said, though.
rest in peace, K. Slay, because
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Salute.
peace.
rest in peace, K.
Rest in
Slay.
peace.
Because when I was on Clubhouse, K was in the room, and one of the homies said what Andre said, and they was using that as, you know, their side of the whatever the story they were trying to tell. And K was like, "Where did you get that from?" He's like, "It ain't. You gotta be hip and all that type of shit. That ain't where the words originated from. They weren't talking about you gotta be hip to hop into the booth." He was like, "Where did you get that from?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once I heard that, I was like, all right, well, shit, if the OG say that ain't where it came from, then that ain't where the fuck it came from. And there's no need for me to pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they try to put ageism is real big in hip hop. We do it to ourselves, but we make everything go out of style quick as a culture.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Niggas took Lexus off the table before. Lexus was still a good car. Because rappers wasn't pushing the shit no more. It's like, I don't want that shit. It's like, dog, we make things
The
go out.
price
We
drop.
bring things in style and we push them out too quickly.
I just want to point that out. When niggas stop talking about Lexuses, the price drop.
They became Toyotas
drastically.
again, right?
Facts. Facts.
Shit's whole value, though.
I don't give a fuck. I'm
See
still
that?
96.
See that? Whole value.
It's just whole value. Sell an old Jap car. You got a Jap engine, this shit's hold up.
Whole
Telling you
value.
real talk, though, bro.
Whole
You know what I'm
value.
saying? Who holding up over the years?
Longevity needs to be
So who-
crazy more.
Niggas pull off the lot
Period.
and
And we
crazy
right back.
exotics.
We
and
right
bring
back
them
around.
done.
That word.
Then we
A year
started
later,
there.
Yeah.
We started it there. Longevity needs to be celebrated, and won't happen when we dead each other over dumb shit. And I think that shit is by design, quietly. I don't think it happens just.
Of course, it's by design.
I think it's
Because
I
you
think
can't
it's done by
rob
design.
grown men who understand the business.
I think Joell Ortiz and Crooked Eye go sit down with a 19-year-old coming in the game, trying to school him on what's going to happen. The industry can't take advantage of him the same way.
Now, is the natural evolution of a rapper to become a CEO?
I think it's to become whatever you want, whatever your trajectory is, whatever you see yourself as, whatever you visualize in your head and you're trying to manifest. That's what you're supposed to become. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no rules to that. You know, your success is your own journey and what you want to become, and that's on you.
It's
You know what I
subjective.
mean? Like, I know cosmetically it looks like that. It looks like, yo, the rapper is supposed to become the CEO, so that's forcing people who are not ready to be CEOs to try to become CEOs. I got my own label, here's my business card. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the energy. The energy is do what you love.
Yeah.
Do what you love and follow where that takes you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
You
grown
do,
folk
but you
business.
still love it when you're 50 and broke.
You could possibly, you know what I'm saying?
Because there's some rappers out here that's 50 and broke. And
Yeah, but that's what I
There's
tell
professional
but they
athletes
hate
50
rap
and
now.
broke.
But that's what I tell. That's what
Professional
I tell
athletes 50 and
youngins.
broke,
Yeah.
fam. Watching football on every Sunday.
And they probably hate whatever sport they
But
was
that's what I
playing.
tell the young rappers when they say, man, give me a jewel. I say, fall in love with it. Because if you love it, you're gonna put up with the bad times and you're gonna excel in the good times. So yeah, it's probably somebody that's 50 and broken bitter. I know a lot of rappers who got a whole bunch of plaques to their name, but they don't have ownership of anything because they got jerked. You know what I'm saying? And they real bitter about the shit right now. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, what can you do? But I don't think, you know, if somebody love it, dog, like we got this song, it go back to the album. I'm sorry,
It
I'm
really
not
do,
even
though.
trying to plug this shit.
No,
we
no,
got
no,
it really
we
do.
got a fucking album. We got a song on the album. You know which one I'm about to start talking
Go
about.
ahead, do your thing.
Ocean Terminal.
Yes, sir.
And we talk about a place where dreams go to live on because it didn't happen for you in that time frame you thought it was gonna happen for you. You know what I'm saying? So the guy was like, yo, I wanted to rap, but it didn't happen. I had a kid, I got somebody pregnant, I had to get a quote unquote real job. But then he circles back later in his life and opens his notebook up at the park and he gets back to it.
Ocean Terminal.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, man, we got a song for
I don't know
everything,
about you,
bro.
but I want to hear that song.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it. Lin-Manuel Miranda's on it.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel
the
Miranda's
dude
on that
wrote
joint.
Of
Hamilton.
course he is.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break, then we're going to get into the slaughterhouse shit immediately.
Females having a heavy run right now. The women.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's what they talking about though.
No,
Right.
the good ones is I got a couple who are like too specific who are murdering everything moving.
Are they garnering the same kind of?
Who's the chicks?
One is named Petty with 2 Y's,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is named Saba the goddess.
Saba the guy.
Oh, and Pretty Bully. That's the third one.
And Pretty Bully.
Mm-hmm.
They nice.
B-U-L-L-I. Yeah, brother. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Top.
And you ain't
tier
getting
shit.
paid to say that, right? Because I need my cut, man.
From them? I didn't know we was on camera.
Yo,
Are we on camera? Is the
shout out to
camera on?
YKTV, Viral Magazine.
Okay, we are on camera.
If you got people's in the system,
Wait,
tell them to pick this up.
we're definitely on camera.
Look forward to our joint venture.
Yes, sir.
You're. But yeah, y'all might want to get a story for the joint.
Dope.
Cause they're downloading singles using JPay now. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Man.
Technology is a motherfucker out here.
Now, we was just talking about new artists. Are there any new artists that y'all keep an eye out for, like people you like? Because I get this, you know, the younger artists seem to think that the older artists don't fuck with them, they don't pay attention to them at all. Are there any younger artists that y'all fucking with right now? Because I'm sure a shout out would mean the world to them right now.
Sean Smith is dope.
Sean Smith.
He dope.
I gotta check him out.
There's a lot of them, man. I mean, they doing their thing.
What about the Simba kid from the Bay?
Simba's dope. You know what I'm saying?
I just got put on to some kids from your way. Villain Park.
Okay.
Villain Park. Another group from out of the West.
My little brother's group, the Shoe Gang.
Horseshoe Gang.
Yeah, they hard.
Yeah, fuck with them.
You know, students of the culture.
Y'all got
Damn,
some.
Joe, you really don't fuck with nobody, bro. You just sitting there like, I'm fucking none of these niggas.
Nah, everybody got named is talented and dope. But I'm always gonna be in my truth, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I check for people. I really
Right.
don't check for them. I really don't, though.
Why though?
It ain't nothing
It ain't
against
about the age,
Yeah,
bro.
nah, it's nothing about no age. Nothing,
You don't
it just-
check for nobody.
I don't know. Like if it come across my desk, then I tap in. You know, if it, like, oh shit, it made it to me. Oh yeah, this is fire.
Right.
But I'm not actively, like I'm grown man in it out here, like real talk, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a married husband. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not all the way tapped all the way in like I used to be to keep it a buck.
Right. You got
I used to be
restaurants
on it.
and
Who's
shit
next?
now.
What's competition? You know, I was in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not that for me no more. So like most of the times, new music comes my way through my peers, or just, you know, I'm scrolling through. Oh
Right.
shit, this nigga's nice. This chick is nice. You know, but I can't say I'm on a hunt like I used to be.
And it's not personal.
Hell no.
And it's not ageist.
Hell no.
See?
Hell
Well, how
to
do
the
you
no.
feel? How do you feel about the music that you do hear?
Some is good, some is not for my liking. You know, everybody got their own taste and stuff. You know what I mean?
Y'all got any drill records on the new joint?
Do we have drill records on our hour? I don't make drill music.
They don't make drill music.
Not me. No, that's not what I do.
All right. But you kill rappers, right? Y'all kill rappers. Y'all kill MCs, right?
Not all the time.
Not all the time. I know this guy.
But you know, it's when I listen to the young people, they have the same energy we had when we was young.
Right.
I recognize the energy, no matter if it's drill or trap or whatever. I could just recognize the energy, and that might be something that, you know what I mean, I could feel that vibration.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what kind of sound bed it's on. I know what they talking about. I hear them.
Are there any drill rappers that you listen to?
Rest in peace, Pop. He was doing drill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I fuck
Pop.
with Pop Smoke shit. You know what I mean? It's gotta be some more, man. But yeah, dog, I don't care how, the reason why I stay tapped in because I just like to know what's going on. You know what I mean? And I do want to discover new shit that I can ride to. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's still in me to do that. So, you know, but it's so much talent. It's so much talent out there, and these aren't new rappers, but when you mention somebody like Sal Rock, she cold.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? 3D Nati, she cold.
Yeah, cool.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I
talent.
know who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm just not, you know? But
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking
So
about.
what you listening to, bro?
Honestly, I'm probably scrolling Hulu, Netflix, and stuff more than I listen to music at the moment.
Breaking in the film?
I'm just being honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm rapping all day, me.
Right.
I go home, it's like, you know what I'm saying? This old eyes and this. Like I ain't really, where's the
Yeah,
time
but what's
for me
the
to
album that's motivating you? You know what I'm saying?
if I ain't motivating, if my life ain't motivating me to write, I'm done. Like I always talk about myself.
So you're telling me, all right, so because I know this is the way that we come up. We hear dope rappers and then aspire to be as dope or doper than them.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anybody that you're hearing now and you're like, ooh, that album is crazy, yo, we gotta cook up. We gotta do something better than this.
I've heard some dope albums. Not to where I want to compete with them though. I see them, I acknowledge them, I respect them. And yo, that was dope, you know, tip my hat.
And then it's
And I get to my stuff, right?
Right.
Because it's like, been doing this a long time, Mav. You know what I'm saying? I've been at it a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to outdo myself most of the time.
I know, but when you hear like Ho's verse on God Did.
Shit was fire. But why am I trying to compete? I don't want to compete with that.
Why?
He in his truth, I'm in mine.
True, but at the same time, he's being.
But what do I compete
He's
with
using
that?
the techniques.
Okay, so what's the approach to compete with that type of verse? How would you, as a rapper, compete with that verse? Because I heard you say, he said the facial stuff, it was cool.
Right, he was
so
scheming.
How would you combat that? Like you would play with the words like you do in the battle arena a little bit better?
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Mixed with my truth.
Okay.
And see if I could take it to another level. You know what I
Because
mean?
when I listen to that verse, I hear him celebrating mad successes, right?
Right.
So I would say my thing to go back at that would be my successes, right? But his successes are monstrous. That's an ass whipping I don't feel like dealing with. You know, like holy shit. Now I'ma just love that verse, damn, and aspire to be able to talk that talk.
Shit, right.
Shit.
Right. So it's like,
Like what the fuck? Shit. You know, like damn.
wow.
You get what I'm saying, all right?
I get exactly what you're saying. Like,
you know?
Like shit.
That's
okay.
that's rare air to be able to talk.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
You know, Brooklyn style, though. You know,
Yeah.
Brooklyn style.
Yeah.
So.
But you know, as a MC, I hear that, and then I'm like, is there an intro? That's the first thing that come to my mind, like, yo, because I love the way he got to that. Maybe I'll get to it, then it just kind of subsides. But that's the competitor in me that always goes there.
Right.
You're like, yo, is there instrumental to that? That's fire.
So what
Yes,
happens?
there is.
Yeah, I see.
There is. Yes, there is. Yeah, I was playing it the other night. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So being in the industry for so long, do you lose that competitive edge, or you just become more about your own art? Like this, because I know. Yeah. All right. I got to get to it. When y'all was Slaughterhouse, you can't tell me y'all wasn't in there like, yo, I'm cooking this record. Every verse sounded like it was going there. With the exception of maybe Royce was trying to gel things together, right? But everybody else was like, nah, I'm like, this is the group, this is the level, this is how people see us. We got to keep it there. Was that like, and I hear, you know, I've heard Joe talk about it. I've heard Royce talk about it. How much fun y'all used to have in the studio, how competitive it was. Like, when that situation ended, did that just end in all of you? Like, what happened?
You asked a lot of questions in one question.
Okay.
Right,
all
so I'll start with like, what was it like in the studio with those guys?
Right.
It was fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like bouncing around ideas, hearing a verse that make you go, damn, that was tough. You know, I got to bring it. In the beginning, it was like that because we was all, you know, hey, what's up? What's good? Joell, yo, Royce, what's good? Joe.
Yeah.
It was that. Krug, oh, yo, I heard a lot about you on the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish these niggas.
Right.
I'm gonna finish.
Yo, this is who everybody talks about. Okay, cool.
Right.
This me though.
Walking into that situation.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I gotta shine. This is no knock on them. I have to shine. I have to be my boy.
No malice.
No, yeah,
Competition without malice.
Right.
It was that, you know what I'm saying? For a long time until you get to know them. Then you going on tour. Then it's a brotherhood that develops. And now it's just like we against whoever. But in the beginning, for me, it was like, shit. All right, they gonna remember the hour. Better believe that, you know.
It was the same thing on your side, right?
We did Onslaught.
That was my verse.
And
This guy trying to fly in and clean niggas up. Too.
yeah, you know, they thought I was y'all. I know y'all thought I was food.
I didn't see.
I know the word around the studio because I flew in from Cali, and they already had their verses.
Right.
And the word around the studio was like, he's done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, of course, once that came back to me, like, I'm like, okay. And, you know, that competitive side of, okay.
Yeah.
I'm finished. All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And that was fun. We motivated each other.
That was fun.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was fun. I had the last verse. We moved it, though.
Your shit didn't go last?
Nah, I didn't go last.
Joell, did you go last?
I don't know, but I made it count, B.
When I face off, picture a thug.
Yeah.
When I face off, picture a thug missing his mug.
I don't know.
Damn, that shit.
When I face off, picture a thug missing his
His
mug.
mug.
Any particular stick in the
Mug
mug
to get hit with the Scud missile.
till he's dripping ridiculous blood. Then you want to stick to the fist and the gloves. Then you getting hit on more than the prettiest bitch in the club. Nigga, I'm itching the bug, itching like a syphilis dick, itching like the skin of a nigga addicted to drugs. I did it because I wanted to. Hit you in back, shoot you in back of your head right in front of you. That's what the gun do. All I do is sun old niggas on the W. All I do is make old comers coming new. I ain't lying, sir. You ain't gotta see Tim Duncan jump to see a flying spur Bentley boy. But I'm not H to the Izzo, but I push buttons like Jay should have did Joe. People's choice, the voice of the people's choice, the voice of my time with Royce the 5'9". We moisten night shine. I let Joell poison my mind, empty a liquor bottle and kill y'all noise with my nine.
Crazy.
Yeah, something.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
Stop Stop there.
Hey, I salute you because I don't know shit about that. I couldn't say that shit with a gun in my
I'm
head.
like, how does he remember that?
I couldn't say that shit with
on
a
the
gun
road
in
with
my
him.
head.
Fire.
I was on tour with him. I watched that shit.
Fire.
I opened for them.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's why when you say
rap?
like that's why you say when my dreams got killed, I did everything I wanted to do. When I opened for these dudes for the whole East Coast, ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For the whole
Absolutely.
East Coast. I
The
had to
whole
get
East Coast leg of the tour, he was on it.
Come on, man. Get out of here, man. Get in the chair. Get in the chair, man. Get in the chair. The fuck are you doing? Why am I running this interview? Nah, bro. Go, get in the chair. Mac, get in the chair. Thank you.
this fucking
Thank
guy.
you.
Now I got comfortable
Thank
over here.
you.
All my shit is over.
Next expert opinion. Let's get it.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
You should be running this. Go ahead, bro.
We did the whole East Coast run. I watched the show night in and night out. I remember how close they were. I remember doing what I did to start the group, and he was the only person who sent in his 16. I still have it over the Swagger Like Us beat.
Right.
He was the only person who sent it in.
Now you're taking claim to that.
This is how it happened.
Here's
It was
the political.
it wasn't no bullshit. You called and you was like, yo, I want to get you on the record. I want to get Joe. I want to get Joel. I want to get Royce. Swagger Like Us. And y'all just destroy the shit. Right? And I think that could have been the first call to place us together.
It was.
And then maybe like a day later or something, Nino Bless hit me and was like, yo, Joe has a record And Joell is on it. Royce is on it. He needs somebody from the West on it. You know what I mean? And that's the record that actually got laid and recorded, and it was called Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse,
You
right.
know what I mean? So,
How did Nino Bless not end up with Joe?
well, we kind of wanted to.
Did you make him and Joel fight for like the Spanish and of course.
And the Brooklyn thing? Nah, dog. It was really though. We had a dynamic. Us four. We had been on majors before and back to indie, and we had seen a similar journey.
Right.
So it made sense for us four to, you know what I mean, be in a group. And it was strictly based on we all had a similar road. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all it was. But Nino came off on that joint. He smacked that joint around. And that's
he
why I
did.
put him in the beginning of Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse in the intro. Because if we talk about the beginning, we got to talk about Nino
No
Bless.
Bless. Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Nino.
They left me out.
Yeah, they left you
should've
out.
got
You
a
went
clip.
on tour with him and
They
everything. God damn,
smooth
damn.
left me out.
Why y'all did MECC like that?
Just,
What
just
happened,
the
son?
filthiness.
Crook handled the intro.
Yeah, I did. I did. He threw me under the bus like Greyhound luggage.
Smooth too.
Yeah.
That was cool.
All right. So I get a call after the Royce the 5'9"
Interview.
clips drop. It's Joell Ortiz. Yo, man, word to my mother, man. Word to my mother. Where you at, nigga? Where you at? I'm like, yo, who is this? Nah. He was in order, like, but he was upset.
I ain't say where you at.
He didn't like that, you know, it was being painted a certain way. And you said something that made me be like, oh shit, okay, yeah, nobody never asked that question. How long were y'all actually off Shady?
A year and some change.
A year and
I
some
wanted the
change.
answer to come from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being that I made the call, like, so it's not looking.
Right.
Yeah, a year and some change.
A year and some change.
Yeah.
So what was the holdup? Because this is still a thing. It's
Is
still,
it?
It shouldn't be.
It
man.
is.
It is.
What's the thing?
It is.
Maybe we
Y'all-
can clarify the thing.
What tore this thing apart?
A lot of shit.
Ooh, yeah. There's levels to that answer.
It was torn apart before the public knew it, really.
Was it? I mean,
Absolutely.
It was.
I mean, you
No, it
talking,
was.
yeah, it absolutely was.
It was definitely.
A lot of things happened before the public knew it.
Yeah, like shit.
If you listen
ton
to
of
the
shit, bro.
album, you can hear what happened, with all the things that were happening. We didn't go into every detail because some shit don't belong out there like
Yeah.
that. But
Right.
it was torn apart before people really knew about it. You know what I'm saying? And we were trying, I know I was trying like a motherfucker to patch everything back together. You know what I mean? And I stopped because it started looking like I needed Slaughterhouse to people. You know what I mean?
I disagree with that perception.
Well, but that it existed.
But I understand how you could feel that way.
No,
And I-
people were like, yo,
No,
you're
people-
trying to put together the group because y'all need it more than they need it. No, I don't need Slaughterhouse. I was doing my thing way before I even jumped into Slaughterhouse.
I never looked at it.
I
that way,
met
though.
this man on the cover of Double XL, the first freshman cover. That's where I met him at.
Yep.
We weren't in Slaughterhouse, but we was on the cover of the biggest magazine in the fucking world, hip hop magazine in the world at the time.
Well, one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, at that time it was
At the
bigger
time,
than
it was-
the Source.
It was one of the biggest at that
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
You
know.
feel me?
Yeah, let's just keep it real,
It was
son.
one of them. It was
Let's-
one of them.
Okay,
let's
it
just
was
keep
one of
real.
them, and we were there.
Yeah, we were there.
No,
Without
facts.
Slaughterhouse.
And we belonged.
You, Lupe,
And that was
yeah.
my second time being on the cover of Double XL. My second time.
The other time with Suge and
So it's like, yo, I had a career before this, and I'll have a career after this, but it's getting painted like this is all we have, and we're trying desperately to put this together.
Wouldn't that be the reasons to ignore those voices because you know better? Because you know that there's no weight in people saying that shit? There's no weight in that.
Well, not everybody is.
And you got receipts.
I got hella receipts,
That
but I'm
shit
saying,
don't hold no water.
but not everybody knows my discography. Not everybody knows. You know what I mean? When Royce sit here and he speaks, or when Joe sit in his couch and he speaks, some of those people listening to what they're saying hold what they're saying, to be truths, and some of those people don't know.
Well, let's dispel the mistruths.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of them. Like, yo, I didn't try to put the shit together. I was trying to do it for the culture. I felt like if we did 2 or 3 more albums, we'd be in a different conversation in the history books.
That's a fact.
That's how I felt.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to get to that end goal. But, it didn't work out like that.
There was $1 million on the table.
More than $1 million.
More than $1 million.
Yeah. That was kind of my call to bluff. We've been sitting around for a year and a half off of Shady. I never wanted to leave Shady. I never wanted to leave Shady.
There was a sacrifice there. Like we all Joe didn't want to be on Shady anymore.
Right.
So, all right, cool. All right, we out, right?
Right.
All right, because when we get off Shady, then it's on, right? We got off and nothing happened.
Nothing happened. And it's like, yo, to me, we signed our contract the same day Yellow Wolf signed his. Same day. Yellow Wolf did his 3 albums. He out. Independent, packing buildings, doing his thing. If Slaughterhouse delivers those 3 albums, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, a whole nother conversation.
And it don't take a while. Man, we did the first album in 6 days. You see what I'm saying? 6 days.
6 days, bro.
We did the first Slaughterhouse album on E1 in 6 days.
It was an assembly line. We always said that. It was just producers coming in. We just smack it.
It's like it's 4 of us.
It's not tough.
The workload is very light. So it doesn't make sense to not go in here, do what we do, allow the Shady machine to do whatever it does for our brand, get off, start Slaughterhouse Records, start putting our little homies on. These are my dreams of being on the team. You know what I'm saying? And once I woke up and realized that wasn't going to happen 10 years after we dropped our last official album, after 10 years, the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
So you call the bluff.
Call the bluff. Here goes the deal. Yo, Joe, some people don't like you in that system over there, so I'm getting a deal in this system where they can't block you. You see what I'm saying?
He said that the details was never presented to him.
Well, he never called me. He would never get on the phone with me. He didn't have enough respect to pick up the phone.
You don't see how you don't get that, y'all ain't get that energy of how they view motherfuckers? Like, you know what I'm saying? You sharp. You know what I'm saying? You see where the respect level was at. You know what I'm saying? It's like
no, because I don't really.
Okay, so
there might be
energy, though.
disrespects that I didn't notice.
No, just energies though.
Right.
Conversations, like things that said that might make it seem like, well, we're up here and they're over there, right? You know what I'm saying?
It was a lot of condescending
There was a lot
shit.
of that though.
But here's
Comments,
the thing,
man.
though.
But
Here's the thing.
I would see stuff like that maybe from the same people who would think that he didn't have a resume or he needed Slaughterhouse. Like, these are the voices you're not supposed to listen to.
We talking about within the group.
Yeah.
Within the group.
Yeah.
When Joe said he was bigger than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He meant that he was bigger than trying to tear y'all down for any type of
clout
or fame.
We'll put it this way. If us 4 right here started a group together and we was in the trenches together, I come with a deal put it on the table, and Royce is calling me for Joe. Well, here's Joe's concerns. Okay, cool. Tell Joe to call me, and we'll figure it out. And he don't never place the phone call. Weeks go by, and you don't never pick up the phone, and then Royce calls me again, and now I'm at the point where I'm feeling like you the middleman between me and Joe. And I'm like, yo, that's enabling the disrespect. You just tell Joe, I'm not calling Crook. You call him. And then after we put out the album, we found out the reason he wouldn't pick up the phone. Crook's always coming around with deals. I ain't talking to Crook. That's disrespect. That's what he said out his own mouth. That's disrespectful. I'm not calling your manager. I didn't start the group with your manager. I'm calling you. You got a problem with it? What is the problem? Let's talk about it. But if you're not gonna pick up the phone, then you don't respect me. You don't respect me because I'm not gonna leave nobody hanging like that. Anybody I respect, I'm never gonna leave them hanging like that. Especially if I'm publicly saying, yo, this is a brotherhood. What kind of brotherhood is that? It's just facts, bro.
Yeah, that nasty ass narrative about a bag, that was nasty, bro. They know that. They know that because they was next to us for too long to know everybody got money. Really? That was where y'all went? We did it for a bag? Why would we do that?
Yeah, and it was like, it's just certain little things, man. And, you know, we just gonna speak freely on this topic and then, you know, we gonna dead this shit. Because really, we made that album to close the chapter. You know what I mean? And move forward. But there was things said, you know. I think on this show is when, you know, Roy said we made the most money in our lives standing next to Joe. And how can you make the most money in your life splitting it 4 ways? What do you think about me if you think that that was the most money that I ever made? Not to say that money
How much
is something,
was it?
but you thought that was the most money that I ever made? Then
much
how are
was
you
it?
viewing me? It wasn't much. We were splitting money. We were getting jerked by a lot of deals that we were in. You know what I'm saying?
Prior to
Yeah, like any, you know, merch deal wasn't much money. By the way, I brought a merch deal to the table that was worth triple. They passed on it. So it became a pattern.
yeah.
Like, oh, you don't respect me when I bring something to the table. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying?
What of this mysterious involvement? Well, not mysterious, but Tony.
Tony is a great businessman. And I'm glad you brought up Tony because
Right.
I want to give Tony all the flowers. He's a great businessman. He's one of the hottest execs in music right now. If I ran off a list of the people that he's working with, it's everybody on the Billboard charts. He is a great businessman. You see what I'm saying? And
Did he have bad situations?
well,
with
if
other
he, had
group members?
if he had a bad situation, then tell me this. Why did Keno, Royce's manager, text Tony, thank you for your involvement in the allegory. We got the Grammy nomination. This is a team win. That's what he texted him. The allegory. So it seems kind of wild to me when I see somebody saying, yo, this, Tony that. And it's like, yo, y'all just thanked him for his participation.
So you never, what were the issues that were said about the Tony situation?
They never told me nothing about the Tony situation. They turned it down, flat out. It got turned. Well, this is the way it got turned down. I asked Royce 3 times, would you do it without Joe? Because Joe was like invisible. He wasn't calling me. He wasn't doing anything. I just took it as this man is really retired. He's really retired. Whatever issue he has with me means that we can't be a group any fucking way. He can't even fucking call me.
Right.
So.
And there were no issues prior?
I don't think there was issues. It's just that me and Joe, we cut from 2 different cloths. And sometimes those cloths don't mesh.
Yeah.
You feel me? Of course I had love for Joe, but we operate differently. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I know you had love for Joe because you stood up for him during that whole Wu-Tang debacle.
Right. Right.
How did it go wrong from there?
I mean, dog. See, I don't want to be low vibrational, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't because if I tell you how it went wrong, then I start feeling like I'm bringing low vibes to the table. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be low vibrational. But
Is the truth low vibrational?
Well, I mean, look, dog. After the Wu-Tang thing, it was crazy too because.
Did you look at Joe funny for even being in that situation?
Not at all. I was disappointed that he went to the venue without us because, he felt like that whole thing was over and squashed here in New York. And when I heard he was going to the venue, I was like, I don't think you should be by yourself right now. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you told him not to.
Right? You know what I mean? Some kind of conversation we had, all of us were talking. And
So you said,
like,
it's okay, I gotta make you facts with me.
Exactly. He's like, it's all good, man. I ain't tripping, man. I'm going down there. That shit is over, type of shit. You know, so I was disappointed in that. You feel me? But afterwards, see, my little homies could have went to jail for life on that situation. You know what I mean? If I come up here with 30 guys and they ready to go because they don't, nigga, that's Wu-Tang. Them niggas is real niggas.
Right.
You feel me? So if I come up here with 30 guys and they got all kind of shit with them and they drive for 2 hours from Long Beach, one pullover and they all gang related, they gonna get gang enhancements on their sentences for having anything. They could waste their whole fucking life to come over here and come to our aid. You see what I'm saying?
To Joe's aid.
To
Really.
Joe's aid. You feel me? And afterwards, we was in a club and I was telling Joe, like, yo, some of the little homies, they fans. They want to have a drink with you, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I'm out. I'm not doing that. And that got me into it with some of my people because they was like, yo, what's up with your man?
Like, we rode up here to hold him down and...
You feel me?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, he good, and I'm going at it with people that I love. And from that point on, I did watch him differently. Like, yo, maybe he don't have to. He didn't ask us to come up there.
Was he aware that this happened on his behalf?
That I got into it with my people?
No, that the car was full of people coming up there on
Yeah,
his
he knew
behalf.
that.
He knew that.
Dude, 30 niggas came to his back. You know what I'm saying? Shit. He knew what was good. You feel me? And my whole thing is that, to me, that comes from just being cut different.
Yeah.
Because when I was at the strip club somewhere, and, you know, I'm standing out there and my car service ain't showing up and it's 3 a.m. and I got heavy cash on me and jewels and shit. One of his homies from the Cooper, you know what I mean, living, was like, what you doing out here? Let's go.
You sure did.
I don't care. I'm going all the way to the city with you. Let's do it. That's where I come from.
Shout out to Proof.
Word.
That's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, we just cut different. To him, that might not have been a funny move because, you know, he don't come from that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not discrediting him in no kind of
No,
way.
no, well,
I'm
yeah,
just saying
explain it.
that there's a difference in the way and where we come from and, you know, the ways we live and how we move. So, yeah, I started looking, but you know what, though? I looked at it like a little bro that just, whatever. I brushed it off. And I got into it with my people. And I could have been Wu-Tang food because I went to a press conference that Rock the Bells invited me to, and I went solo bolo, and Wu-Tang was in there right after that
went down.
Yeah, they could have had their way with me. You know what I'm saying? But they respected the way I was moving.
Right.
You feel me? And we became even more close as we talked and spoke about the whole situation and everything that went down and all that. I became even more close with the clan. You feel me? But I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of dude I'll call back. No matter what. I don't forget nothing that anybody has done for me. And I don't say he owed me a phone call. I'm just saying that's the kind of dude I would call back.
Right.
You feel me? And then after we dropped the album and he's like, I'm not calling Crook back. He always got some kind of deal, man. I don't want to talk to Crook. The truth came out. I never knew that's how you felt about me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you go back in hindsight, you say, oh, that happened, this happened, that happened. Oh, okay.
Little red flags.
Yeah, little red flags. You're like, all right. It just is what it is.
So you said you were explaining how the deal got turned down flat.
Yeah, once you know, Joe said he didn't want to do it, I told Royce, yo, we could just all three do it. I went back to the company, went back to my business partner, because me and Tony have other businesses. It ain't just, rap shit.
Right.
So And he got a gang of juice right now. So he can make different shit happen. And I was like, yo, we could just do it us three. He's like, I'm not doing it without Joe. We was on the phone, all three of us. And I was like, yo, okay, we talk a little while and I come back to it. Are you sure you don't want to do this without Joe? We don't want to do it. Third time, yo, because he told me, quit putting that in the universe. Joe gonna rap. I'm like, Joe's not gonna rap, bro. And he don't want to do this deal. Like, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since we had an official project. Are you gonna do this?
The last deal was just like
That was
that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, that was.
It was like,
that's what they spoke on. Like that was the starting point, but it was a lot all the way to that.
Right.
Like he said, that was the bluff call. If the brotherhood can't make us come together, if the culture can't make us come together, let me see if it's maybe a bag. Let me see if it's that. Then is it money motivated?
Right.
Because all right, cool. All right, let me see this, and that couldn't do it. So it was just like, all right, it's over. It's over.
It's over.
Over.
No more talk.
It's over.
No more talk. No more talk. Cypress Hill sampling Rare, man. Time for some action. And that's what Rise and Fall was. There's no more talk, man. Let's just tell the fans. The fans deserve to know what's going on. Let's tell them what's going on. Do what we always do. Rap about what the fuck happens in our life. Mm-hmm. Don't disrespect nobody. Don't put no smut on nobody's name. No bitch ass nigga, fuck you, pussy ass, none of that.
Right.
No ethers, no Vaseline, no hit 'em ups, no hoot shot you.
Yeah.
None of that.
Right.
This is
And
what went on.
Just what it is.
This is what it is. Audio documentary. And niggas kind of jumped out the window. Now, I don't mind them having a response. That's on you. But it was laced with disrespect, the responses. And that was the problem. That was the issue. We could have went crazy on that rollout and been like, yo, you see that shit what they were saying on Joe's show? Nigga, fuck that shit. I'm finna give it up.
Yeah, because your man was like, I'm not above this record, nigga.
But that was on the second round.
Yeah.
You got me? They had already got all their feelings out and said what they didn't like, and you know, they did it for money, and that bag went out the fucking window when Slaughterhouse, when Slaughterhouse didn't do it, that bag went out the window.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
That was a deal presented for Slaughterhouse.
yeah,
Right.
it wasn't yeah.
Okay, so now it's not Slaughterhouse. That's gone. We didn't take the leftover money.
Yeah,
all right,
is
you
it
guys
like,
don't
okay,
want the bag?
bag,
We'll
all right.
go take it. No, it was
We're
gone.
gonna take, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
It was a total different situation.
Yeah, it's over.
And the situation was me and him was already doing it.
We already had an album.
We had an album, Hard.
Yeah.
We was already planning before that whole shit we was already planning to make music and albums together, period.
So there's nothing to
So it
double
wasn't
back
like,
and
oh,
say,
we did this because they did. Nah, this was happening. We making albums.
Yeah.
But it's all about what do we want to talk about? Well, you know what? It was pretty fucked up what just happened to the group. Let's talk about that and get that medicine.
Yeah, because I'm tired of putting out something and it'd be a solo joint and they'd be like, what's up with Slaughter? And it's just like, protecting people's, you know what I'm saying? Like, just holding on and dragging. I'm done. I don't want to drag this.
Yeah, let's
You know?
kill it.
I'm tired. Let's just give it. Let's clear the air so we can all move forward.
See y'all burnt the pig on the cover.
Yeah, the pig.
It burnt on the cover? What was the cover?
Yeah, that was the
The
logo.
pig is on fire.
Yeah, the pig. The pig.
You burnt the pig?
No, we burnt the real
That's
pig
what I thought he was
in the
talking
commercial.
about.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah.
we had that
we
on the
roasted
cover
a
too?
real pig, but the thing is that it was a metaphor for we're getting this out of our lives. This has to go. This is toxic. This is fucking up our mental health. We need to get this shit off the fucking plate and go forward. Let's burn this shit out of our lives. And then we show motherfuckers burning the merch. They're like, yeah, burning the merch. It was inspired by when LeBron leaves a team and the Cleveland burns the jersey and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
The fans
We didn't burn it.
We didn't burn it. The fans were
burned
burning.
it.
Like, what? This shit is over? I'm burning this shit.
Yeah.
But when you are in a certain mindset and mind state, you think everything is a dig. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not. Everything that we do is not a dig at Slaughterhouse. It's just not. You feel me?
So
Go ahead, say it. Yeah, I know you want to ask it. I know you're gonna go there.
What am I asking?
You're gonna say, is there any way that they can reconcile? But it doesn't sound like it right now. It's over.
Is this
See,
your
you can
R&B
sing too.
record?
There we
You can
go.
sing
Is this
too,
your
R&B
R&B
record?
You can sing too, bro.
Yeah, I can.
Bill
It's
Withers.
over.
All right, James Brown. Don't give him Bill Withers.
Don't give him Bill.
Entertainer, maybe. I don't know about a singer. No, actually, the question I wasn't gonna ask a question. I was gonna more make a statement. I was disappointed. My feelings was hurt when I heard the whole thing from start to finish. When it all started to when it all basically cleared out, I felt gross about all of it. I didn't know who to be angry at. It's like watching one of my. It almost felt like watching somebody I know get life in prison. Like you just know you're never gonna see him again. It was disappointing on all levels.
Damn.
That's
kind of hitting hard.
Bro,
Let him speak his truth.
I wrote their first interview. I sat with them when they were doing that 6-day thing. I remember being in the studio when they were like over the boards, watching the shit. Like for it to go from that to this, I remember asking him like, yo, y'all are so tight. I feel like one of y'all would punch me if I, and he was like, yeah, but I'd snuff you first. Like that was him.
Yeah, it was dead ass.
I remember he was dead ass.
I always am.
He was that, and for that to come to this, that shit hurt my feelings. And I'll say the most, y'all could have just not said nothing, and I'd feel better about it. Y'all could have.
But would we feel better?
I don't know, but I'm telling you how I felt as a fan, and maybe somebody who's got a closer perspective than the average.
Right.
It almost felt like somebody announcing that they're leaving Twitter. Like, bro, just go. You don't have to say nothing. That way the door's open to come back. Don't announce a retirement. Why would you do that? Because now if you want to come back in a couple of years, if you get the urge,
You can just Tom Brady.
you can come back. Right.
Yeah.
And for y'all, when you make it so final and put a nail in the coffin, and no one has done anything to violate anybody to the point where we're past the conversation in a few years.
I don't know.
You're not privy.
I don't know.
I'm not, but I'm telling you what I saw. And I'm telling you, like
That's
the
how you felt.
The same people who would sit there and speak out their ass and go, Crook needs Slaughterhouse, when those of us who know that that's not a fact. Same people who would say Joell needs Slaughterhouse, when those of us who know that that's not a fact. Those of us who walk through those of us who walk through the buildings and hear the reference tracks going off and like, that's fucking motherfucker. I ain't even gonna call them. That's some shit. We know better than that.
Yeah.
Y'all could have just not said.
But why leave the door open? I don't plan on going back into.
Because nobody ever plans on going back when they go back. It's always true until it's not.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make you a liar to change your mind. It's always true until it's not. I love that woman and I'm gonna stay with that woman. He meant it until he didn't.
Yeah.
I'ma never quit. I'ma never stop rapping. I'ma be a nigga for life. I'ma be in the hood for life. He meant it until he didn't. Until he didn't. It was true up until it wasn't. And there's nothing final except for death. And we all still living. So it didn't have to be final. And I feel like that album made it more final than it had to be.
Does it felt final to you?
It feels like y'all ain't friends no more. Whereas if the album wasn't there, I would still be under the impression that maybe brothers fight. Maybe y'all just not getting along right now. Maybe Joe snaps out of whatever it is that kept him from making those phone
I'm not a
calls.
diva anymore.
Even, or maybe, Joe deals with shit
I'm fucking around,
the way he deals with shit, like I've known him for a good chunk of his career, and I've watched him go through the ups and downs of like the mental health and shit like that, and the things he deals with. Maybe something happens with him. Maybe something happens with Royce. Maybe 2-3 years from now, y'all are all doing the show and have a beer.
I'm glad it made you feel like that.
That's why I'm sitting here quiet.
Yeah, I'm
like,
super.
yes.
I'm super happy.
Yes.
Because art is supposed to bring out the emotion.
Yes. I'm like,
Laughing
That shit. Hey,
laughing is pain.
no, I'm not laughing.
I know.
But
No,
damn.
but it's
I'm
like, damn,
yes.
that should have moved him.
Right. Yeah,
That shit
I was-
moved him.
I was
Moved
there
you.
from the beginning. Starting Slaughterhouse,
That shit is moving.
being able to take credit for what you guys did.
I told you he's taking credit for that.
You're fucking right.
Tell
They
you.
wouldn't have each other's numbers if it wasn't for me. I gave them each other's numbers. I gave them the
Wow.
Royce didn't have Joe's number. I gave it to him. Vice versa. Then Crook. Then I gave Joe Budden Crooked Eye's number. They wouldn't be able to call each other. He was Crooked Eye back then. They wouldn't be able to
I don't
call
know.
each
Nino
other.
got something to say about that.
Ask him. I don't give a fuck who. Ask him. I remember the conversations. I have your verse. I know.
smoked that joint too.
Yeah,
huh? I'm just fucking with you.
No, you did your numbers. I didn't know how to. I just knew my idea was gonna work. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Being a part of that, watching the baby get born, doing the first interview in the Source, campaigning for the mics when we were rating it, like being in that all day, all night conversation when we were yelling at each other trying to get those mics together, and people were arguing for a 5, and somebody was going 4.5, and we were like really beefing. That was a box I checked on my career. I wasn't just observing
I got it.
hip hop anymore.
Yeah.
I actually contributed
Contributed
something.
something.
And it was great. I didn't put some bullshit in the game. I didn't just do something for money. I actually did something on some cultural shit. And even though my part was like this big, what they turned out to be, I was like,
And then when you wasn't looking one day, the
then-
baby fell in the blender.
Damn.
And it was just over. And it
It
was
wasn't
just
like
over.
the baby fell in the blender. It's like they shot
Somebody
it.
pushed the baby
Yeah, it's
into the-
like, it's like they shot it. It's like, oh man, like, oh, I'd
Sorry,
rather you
Mac.
just not said nothing.
Yeah,
coulda
you
said
guys broke his heart,
nothing.
man.
Sorry, Mac.
In a manner of speaking.
sorry,
It was
man.
like somebody took my plaque.
So on the flip side of that,
Don't be selfish.
if it
Fuck that.
if on the flip side, if it helps us to move on and brings us therapy, is that a bad thing?
You don't hear me beefing at you. I'm not mad at nobody. You don't hear me yelling at you. I didn't cut you off. I didn't
Right,
like,
no, yeah,
call
I'm
you
just-
and what the fuck is wrong? You didn't get no angry phone calls from me, no angry text messages from me. I can't salt no man for doing what's best for him. That's what we all supposed to do. And somewhere in their minds, what I always keep in mind is that no one is the villain in their own story. When Joe tells this story, he's not the bad guy as far as he's concerned. He's never gonna be. Royce won't be. You won't be. You won't be. Nobody's the bad guy in their own story.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing.
But facts will remain facts, right?
No one's their truth is gonna be their truth.
No, there's the truth.
I say
Here's the truth. We got on
key-
Shady.
there's the truth.
The one
Gears
key
changed
point
and nothing happened. You
was
saw that.
the length of time that you
Right.
guys were off Shady
Yeah.
and nothing was done
Yeah.
in that time.
Yeah,
That raises a question mark on the other side.
yeah.
And then why did we get off Shady? That's a question mark.
For Joe.
Exactly.
And then once you were off, Joe said,
But why did Joe want to get off Shady? Like,
so you guys
it's
could own it.
It's
You
just
have a bigger slice. Right?
that
So
what
you could own everything that came back from it, right?
That's what he explained in here.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I guess
That's my first time hearing
that was the first time I heard that as
he
well.
said it. He said it here.
No, I'm saying.
No, I get
He
it.
should have said that to us. That was my first time hearing that ever. I only heard that he not fucking with M and Paul. That's all I heard.
All right. So on the flip side, Music to Be Murdered By
Right.
is a Slaughterhouse track featuring Eminem. And I say featuring Eminem, even though it's his track. It was Slaughterhouse and Eminem. And he pretty much dissed Joe on it, right?
Did he?
Where did he just Joe?
Am I tripping?
That's been in dispute.
Yeah, I don't think
I
he did.
think
That's
yeah, I
been
think
in
yeah,
dispute.
he didn't dispute.
Okay, all right. So maybe that didn't happen. But
didn't.
just the fact that you guys made a record after their situation, but he did just diss M on that project. He did diss Joe on that project. True or not true?
I think he might have I can't remember, was that Kamikaze or Music to Be Murdered By, but whatever he was doing.
No, it wasn't Kamikaze. Kamikaze was the album that Joe was kind of
Revival.
Revival
was the joint.
All right, boom.
M never came out and attacked Joe without, in his mind, a reason.
Right.
The only time he started mentioning Joe was after Joe said his shit was trash on his show. That was the only time he started mentioning Joe. You see what I'm saying? And that particular song on Music to Be Murdered By, me and his verse was 5 years old.
Facts. Yes.
I'll take some water too.
Yeah.
Our verses were 5 years old on that.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, and the way that song came about is when we were all in Detroit recording some other shit, me and him just jumped on some shit. And M always liked it and ended up putting it on his album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What was that environment like? Like when Joe did what he did. Wait a minute, is Joe the fuck that? Is he the fuck that friend? Is he the fuck that nigga? Is he that guy? Yo, we was just talking about this, huh? Is he the fuck that guy?
I don't know.
Still,
No, the guy that we was talking about that can't come. Can't come to the party. Is he the fuck that guy?
I don't know.
Yo, with Scientist record label, maybe we shouldn't diss him. Fuck that!
Maybe we should.
I think MECC agrees with me.
That's a hearty laugh.
Yeah, facts. Damn.
Look, we
Where do you guys
laid
stand
the
as
truth
friends
out
now?
on Rise and Fall. Whatever you do from there with it is on you, you know?
Right.
That shit is hard to hear back.
Yeah, I was playing it and you was like, I didn't want to hear this.
Yeah, because I really wanted to close that. You know what I'm saying? And if it's hitting them in their chest, it's supposed to, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know that must be a tough listen, especially since it's fact. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, that's why it gets to rise. Remember, you know, because it's like, yeah, you heard some shit like that maybe we should have left.
Nah,
You know?
don't leave it because I believe artists. I believe artists are supposed to be as honest as fuck.
Yeah, I agree too.
1,000%.
And that's one of the most honest projects that I've been involved in.
Yeah.
Because it was like, yo, this is some shit you just don't understand. In the Slaughterhouse universe, man, the fans, they wanted closure bad. Everywhere we went, they wanted closure.
They did, Mac.
They did,
Yeah,
bro.
Mac.
did.
Mac. Yeah.
No, they wanted Glass House. They wanted the album. They
So what's the
wanted
word with
Glass
Glass House?
Some people wanted Glass House.
No, those
the-
fans, even the ones who were
some people
talking
did
about
want Glass
closure,
House.
would have shut the fuck up had you dropped Glass House.
And why we didn't do that?
I'm just saying.
See,
Yeah, so
we
why-
can keep.
Why,
we can keep
why
doing-
didn't, hold on. Why
Yeah.
didn't you
Yeah.
drop Glass House? Why wasn't that dropped?
Glass House was, well, one of the reasons is Joe wanted off the label. He didn't want nothing to do with it. So how you gonna drop an album on a label that you don't want to have anything to do with? You have to be there to promote that album. You got to be there to, run around, do videos and visuals. If you don't want to be on the label, that album ain't coming out.
Right. So that was that.
That's done.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So Joe stopped that album from coming out.
well, I'm not saying that he single-handedly stopped it, but
No, because
The label has to make the money back, and if all four members aren't there to actually put the music out and perform it and sell it, then the label can't. So now they're sitting on this expensive ass project that can't go anywhere. It was expensive, from what I hear, like all the producers that came in and.
if it would have came out, yeah, it would have been pretty expensive. I mean, we had a slaughterhouse of producers. You know what I'm saying? We had Just Blaze, we had the Justice League, we had Cardiac, we had A-Rab, Illmind, we had Q-Tip.
Bruh.
You see what I'm
get
saying?
the money.
yeah.
Bruh. How do you
what I mean?
win with that?
Well, we always wanted to put it out. I did several conference calls. We were on conference calls after conference calls. The date would get moved. It's like, all right, well, we'll finish it up in the summer. Nah, I can't do the summer. All right, we'll
So
finish it in-
is someone that's shady being petty just holding the songs?
No.
No? Why not?
Because if they wanted to, they could have dropped it anytime they wanted to, whether we participated or not.
And they still can, right?
I don't think so. Not after we left. I think. Well, here's the thing. Some of the producers weren't even paid. Like it's a whole lot going on with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole lot going on with that, man. You know what I mean?
And you guys don't have the records.
Yeah, we got the records.
They got a few of them. I've heard them say they got a few of them.
Can I help? Can you email them to me? I won't put it out.
This nigga here.
Just make a dummy corp.
Right? Just make a dummy page.
Nigga, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Glass house leak.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that was the whole thing. And it's, you know, all movies don't end how you want them to. They just don't.
Yeah.
You feel me? And, you know.
Yeah, I hated the way 12 Years a Slave ended.
You feel me? And we was 10 years a slave. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I didn't leave the situation to teach them a lesson. I left it because I learned mine.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? I learned it. Like, yo, this is what my value is in this situation. And I don't like it. It don't feel good. I got to escape.
I can respect that.
Joe said that he had a conversation with you guys bumped into you at a hotel or something, a lobby hotel.
Elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a conversation.
Did you get any clarity out of that?
No.
None?
No clarity.
None.
Nah, what clarity? What needed to be made clear?
Maybe why he didn't return Crook's calls.
He made that clear in his live.
What was the response?
I'm always coming around with a deal. He don't want to talk about it.
That don't sound. All right, which is why I guess you said you didn't get any clarity.
Yeah. That was more so.
Man, I felt like they was attacking my business acumen too. Let me just put that out.
Okay,
Right.
fair enough.
I felt like when they kept saying this bad deal and he's doing a deal with this guy and this guy will, you know, to me, I move around this game. I've been in it for probably like 24. You feel me? And a lot of the reasons doors are open to me is because of my reputation. Business reputation.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you got people on big platforms like this show, and they're saying this bad deal stuff, and they're saying that, you know what I mean, he's always coming around with a deal on their live in front of however many followers they got, it starts to create a narrative that I do bad business. And I don't. So I felt disrespected by that notion.
Right.
And it's like, you didn't even see the deal or talk to me about the deal. So how do you know it's a bad deal?
Did he say it was bad? Did he use that word? Like, did he say you do bad business?
MECC is over.
No, they were
I'm just asking.
He was
just letting
talking
you know
about
it's
Tony.
over.
They were talking about Tony. It's over. Yeah.
It's over, MECC.
It's over,
Yeah,
man.
It's over,
It
man.
was
I
before.
see you trying to pick at, what about if there was, fam.
And now
Nah, son.
You gotta,
the
my whole
end
thing
is
was,
near.
If you were me, what would you do?
What am I supposed to do?
What I'm doing right now.
What would I
You
do
guys
if what?
destroyed his claim
No, they didn't do that.
to fame.
No, they didn't
there's
do
still
that.
enough
far
niggas.
as
They didn't do that.
hip-hop,
And
bro.
I'll tell you why, because you can't erase what's already there. You can't
Right.
erase the album. You can't erase the
Like
tours.
that, right? Above the rim. Can't erase what we was, Shep. Can't erase what we was.
Oh God, you put me
That's where you at. That's where you at right now. Oh man.
I'm flipped. That's awful.
Nah, it's all good.
But here's the thing, though. There's no hatred.
Yeah, that's what.
That
That's a
needs
good thing.
that needs to be said.
Just an understanding.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
hatred.
There's no enemies.
There's no
none of that.
enemies and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. That needs to be said though, because I know people like to instigate and be like, choose sides and
Yeah.
all that type of shit. I rather believe this sounds more pleasing to me. Nah, man, it ain't no hatred. You know what I mean? It's just the
That would have
facts
been
are
the
the
worst
facts.
case scenario.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, nah, it ain't that.
Yeah.
It never was that. Even when certain things surprised me, reaction-wise, it still wasn't that. I was like, all right, cool.
Were you really surprised at the reaction?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you crazy?
Wow.
Did you see
Are you
some of this?
crazy?
You wasn't following
Dogs.
all that shit, huh?
I kind of didn't want
Okay,
it.
then we
Yeah,
go.
all right,
I didn't
cool.
want it. I didn't
Oh,
want it.
you missed the lives?
No, I didn't. When people were coming back to me telling me X, Y, Z, I
Yeah,
didn't
that's why.
want to.
That's why you're trying to find things to be like maybe.
But it was our love that kept us from getting in the mud too. You feel me?
Yeah.
It was the love.
Because you could have.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
It don't make, man, come
After he
on.
said that album could suck my dick. That's like
Yeah,
one time.
yeah. Could easily.
So I commend y'all for
but
not,
we didn't,
for not
man.
going that route.
We kept it classy.
Yeah, they definitely
You know
did.
what I'm saying? We kept it classy. Okay, they had some reactions. They didn't like what happened. Maybe they felt like we took
But
the
you
power.
burned the pig, though. You burned the pig, though. That was crazy.
That was fire, literally.
No, it's literally fire.
Yeah.
Literally fire.
But did he burn the pig or did turning down deals and
All right, looking
What
from
really
the
burnt that
outside, looking from the
motherfucker?
outside,
I'm just trying to-
like, come on, like, all right, okay, cool. All right, Joe was the fuck that guy. He was the fuck that guy. That's what it's looking like. If I sit here and I listen to what you say, okay, all right, and then all right, what did Royce say? And then okay, Royce said he couldn't get to Joe. All right, and Joe never answered. All right, yeah, it would seem like you were trying to do something with somebody that just was determined not to rap anymore.
which is fine. But just say that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Because he sat here, the first interview that he did, he said, I would rap again with these guys. And that probably generated a lot of conversation.
Yeah, but the thing about saying that is you got to pick up the phone. You can't say shit on camera. Look, man, the cameras is one thing, bro.
Right.
But you can't say something on camera and do something totally different, and I respect it. You can't do that.
Like I'm supposed to keep your secret.
Yeah, like, yo, what are we doing here, man? It's 10 years, bro, man. 10 years. That's a long
There's a lot
ass
to be
time
said,
to not
dogs.
release an official
So say
album.
it.
Nah, it ain't a
10?
lot, though.
What are we supposed to do after 10 years, Mecca?
Same thing you've been doing. Making
I'm sorry,
music,
bro, but it's
living
a
your
lot.
life, having business deals.
But I wanted to take that out because it was really frustrating mentally for me to know what it could be over here. And it's just sitting around lurking. And it's people think that it's going to be one day and it's not.
Crook, I don't judge.
It's not ever going to be.
I don't judge
Back
your
in sober.
actions.
Sober.
I don't judge your actions.
Sober.
Right.
I'm disappointed in the situation.
Right, I got you.
Which I'll never not say.
I got you.
I don't judge. I can't. How can I judge?
No, I got
I'm in
you.
the group. I don't know what the conversations you
But
had.
you said now you saying the situation before you said us.
Us
You
as
said
far
you
as
were
what?
disappointed in us for
I was
doing that.
disappointed in all of you.
Okay.
All four of you.
That's
I
what
was
us meant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not y'all specifically.
Okay, okay.
I'm like any fan. Who wants to see that end?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's Outcast fans who are like, yo, what the fuck? Why won't y'all just
Yeah.
you
facts.
dig?
Yeah.
You know,
Wu-Tang fans. just-
Exactly. Yo, where's the new? I wanted
Yeah, I
as
get
a
you.
fan,
I get you.
just disappointed.
Right.
In the
I got you.
whole
And you're
thing.
allowed to
It
feel
was
that
a lot
way.
of disappointed
Yeah.
fans.
And
Hell yeah.
I never watched any of the lives. I didn't listen to any of this because I don't want to see brothers fight. I don't watch Family Feud. I don't do that. I'm not watching nobody. I'm not watching them sling shots because the worst case scenario always happens. Two brothers start fighting, you pick a side, then they get back together. Now they all mad at you.
I think everybody's forgetting the fact that I'm a fan. I'm not allowed to be disappointed either.
Sure you were.
You get what I'm saying?
I heard
Yeah.
I'm
the
a fan
album.
first. It's my group.
Yeah.
You get, I'm more of a fan than you, Mac. I'm more of a fan than you.
Maybe.
No, really. Really, because like going on a road with niggas is like doing a bid with niggas.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like, these are my men, bro. These are my man.
Right.
My man is saying, nah, I don't want to do this. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Why? Thought we was doing this. Like, what happened? Now we gonna do it. What? Yeah, trust me, let me just get in the right headspace. All right, cool. My man said he needs some time. Yo, let me check back in on my man. Yo, what's up, son? Yes, hell yeah, we gotta do this. Let's set up a conference call. Conference call number 8. All right, cool, that's my man. He doing this, he doing that, he over there doing that. Well, it's cool, though. Yo, so, yeah, hell yeah, we just gotta, yo, he gonna fly into Detroit, we gonna do it. Just years.
Do you think he was still confident?
Listen, I'll get to that. Just years and years of that starts weighing on you. Forget the artist, the human.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Sometimes you got to see through.
What's really going
the
on here, my
conversation.
man?
Right.
Forget the slaughter shit.
Now, do you think they just being away from rap for so long, and being that you guys never stopped,
Made him gun-shy.
did you? Yeah.
Made him tentative.
I don't know. And if I sit here and say maybe, then it looks like the same way when y'all ask Royce, you think it might have been the money? Maybe they need that. And he goes, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it just leaves, I hate that. That room in just the air.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know what his shit was.
But why don't you know? We all brothers.
Right.
That's a good point.
Why don't you know?
That's a good point.
Ego.
That's
Ego.
what makes the question.
That's a good point.
Ego. Because if I am nervous about it, I'm not going to tell you because of my ego.
Well, here's the thing, though. I already proposed that to Royce on the phone one time, and I told him, you know, Joe wasn't talking to me. So I told Royce, I was like, yo, if he want us to come down to the studio and we get some reps in so he can get back on his A game, let's do that.
I remember
Right.
that happened.
Let's do that.
Right. He might have been spitting verses to somebody, nah, Joe, that ain't it. It's over for you, dog. You don't
Well,
got it no more,
well,
nigga.
maybe
And
he
he's
did-
like, no, I can't do this album.
In my heart of hearts, man, he became so successful in the podcast space. Why would he go back to that shit?
Yeah, I don't, in that same breath, you're right. I don't knock that either.
I don't knock that.
So
You knocked that?
So,
Oh, no.
then you got Math Hoffa, right?
What's up, man?
And I'm here. I'm successful in this. Seeing a lot more money than my former peers. I still got that passion.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, but that's
still got that
you. That's
passion.
you, though. That's you.
He be
Everybody's
playing
different.
the shit that knocks.
Word. And even when MECC tries to ignore it, I just turn it louder and I'll be like, yo, you heard what I
that's what I'm
said?
saying.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying.
crazy,
But
right?
I mean, you coming from a battle rapper too, y'all are super competitive. Y'all super competitive.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of competitive lyrics.
Now you're talking about a rapper who battled the battle rapper.
Do you think
Super competitive. Jay-Z rhymed on his beat and he felt the urge
I'm not
to
taking
rhyme on
away
it
I'm not taking away from his
again,
competition
right.
back then. He's about what, 6 years removed from the microphone? Maybe?
Yeah, he might just be rusty and
That's
he was
6
nervous.
years. Man, you get real comfortable in 6 years.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is, it don't even matter to me. Just tell me what it is.
Yeah. I think Joe should have just called him and be like, yo, I don't got it no more.
If that's the truth.
If that's the fact, if
his
that's what it
truth,
was,
If that's his truth. You know
what I'm
I'm
gonna say?
What the fuck?
Nah, you gotta do this, Joe. Fuck that.
Nah, just being your
But
truth.
imagine the type of confidence you have to say, all right, these guys are some of the best rappers in my opinion. I stopped rapping for 6 years and then I'm gonna just start again and be on par.
We were already saying shit like, yo, he could just come jump on 2 or 3 joints, talk on some joints, and have his presence be felt. He don't gotta
But
go.
Joe-
Like we were doing gymnastics trying to get shit to go down.
Right.
It wasn't going down.
And let's just
it
keep it
don't
a buck.
matter.
Joe is a slaughterhouse member. He's elite. His fall off is still finishing dudes. You know what I'm saying? So who you in comp with? Us? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to do that, right? We got this. All right, cool. Shoot, give us 8 bars in the hook.
Shit wasn't
Cool out.
going down.
Participate.
At some point,
Like, you know, if that's the case, I doubt that's the case, bro.
He said it was the ownership.
that,
He
but
said it
see,
was
that's
ownership.
the
He
own,
said it was the ownership. He sat
But
right
but
here
they,
and said
but
it was
once
the
they got it
ownership.
off the label for a year and a half and nothing
that
happened.
got blurry there, but he said that he wanted, if there were, I think they was expressing whatever deal he was bringing, still wasn't given ownership.
which
And
was the
his
truth.
thing-
That's a lie, though.
That's a lie.
And his thing was that he didn't want to perform on nothing that they, you know.
Well, the
they-
whole thing
they
is-
want y'all to control it.
The whole thing is, I personally, because I fucked with Royce so heavy, I was willing to try to get Joe anything he requested in the deal. He wanted more money. He wanted a bigger percentage. I was prepared for that because I fuck with Royce. And I know Royce ain't gonna do it without Joe. So I was prepared for that. But we never had the conversation. I was prepared for that. So when he says there's no ownership, it's like, bro, what do you think we're doing? Going around signing contracts like we was fucking 20 years old? I've been signed to 3 majors in my life: Virgin Records, Death Row Records, Shady Records.
That in itself is a feat.
Word.
That you was on Death Row and Shady.
Yeah.
Word. I mean, my mentor, Elijah, shout out Elijah, he mentored me on how to read contracts when I was 18 years old. I knew about mechanical royalties and the statutory rate when I was a fucking teenager. Why the fuck would I come to the table with some shit that's faulty? Why the fuck would I? You talk about ownership. Suge taught me ownership in 2001 when he had his own masters. What are you talking about? I'm the one who wanted to own Slaughterhouse Records with my brothers and put out our people that's under us. What are you talking about, ownership? See, that's the attack on my business acumen again. That's where it's coming from. And for the person who doesn't know, they just think, oh, he wanted to do a 360 deal or he wanted to do some shit.
Yeah, it looks nasty.
You know, he's
narrative painting at
yeah, he's painting it
nasty,
like I was
man.
Of course, Crook wanted to do the deal.
Wave a check.
You know, he was painting. Was painting, man.
Fucked up.
And it's like, yo, bro.
Those are the surprising things. You know what I'm saying?
It was the ongoing joke was.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit.
The ongoing joke at Slaughterhouse was that I was doing business all the time. Cause this is me on the tour bus.
Yeah.
So yo, when is them boxes coming in? All right, cool. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
All the time.
Yeah.
So you're gonna sit around here and try to turn the narrative because I don't particularly show that side of myself all the time. You're gonna paint the narrative that, yeah, you know, there was this and that. No, stop it, bro. You don't want to rap for whatever reason. I don't know. Royce doesn't understand that, or you and Royce are having a different conversation that I'm not privy to. Maybe you're having a conversation where you're telling Royce, yeah, we can rap as long as we get A, B, and C. We already did A. We got off Shady for you.
Right.
We ended a relationship. You know what I mean? That I thought was not a smart move. At that point, it was like, all right, it's been fucking nine years. Might as well see if these niggas is gonna really put it together if we get off the label. It's been 9 years. But
how difficult was that?
It was easy.
Crazy easy, bro.
What, to leave?
Yeah. It was easy. They didn't say, oh, you guys are in the red, you guys owe us this, you gotta do this, gotta do that. They was like, all right, cool. Here y'all go.
Yeah. Attorney's an attorney, done.
It was a breeze.
Yeah, dog.
What people don't know is M wanted Slaughterhouse to work like a motherfucker. He felt like Slaughterhouse was the most lyrical group since whoever. And he wanted to push that shit to the moon.
Yeah, big plans.
He stayed in the fucking studio 9-10 hours at a time. Fucking tweaking hooks and doing all type of shit.
Busting his brain.
And then once the first Shady release came out and people were like, maybe his presence was a little bit too much, he said, all right, fellas.
I'm gonna sit back on this one.
Do y'all. Cut the check for the budget for us to come out here. I'm staying in a fucking penthouse for fucking 30 days. And he's like, do y'all. So there's a lot of narratives being put out there.
That was false.
It ain't all the way right, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said before in this conversation, I don't ever forget nothing that nobody did for me. I still call Paul Rosenberg to this day. What's happening, Paul? What's good with you? Oh man, I'm just chilling. Yo, you chase that one cigar, that shit crazy. You need to fuck with it. And reason why I have respect for Paul Rosenberg, because he gave us a shot. He tried. But if you never been in that motherfucking car, looking in that rear view because you got work, and you sweating when the motherfucking sirens is back there, and you never been in that position, and somebody tries to deliver you from that position, and somebody gives you a way for you to try to put food on your kid's table.
You ain't gonna put the same weight on it.
You ain't gonna put the same weight on it.
Can't. You don't know it.
You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers tried to help, but that's why I don't badmouth Suge. I was over there for 4 years and never put out a solo album. He was blackballed, so therefore his main artist was blackballed.
Now, when you got to deal with Shady, what did Suge say to you?
I was standing in the kitchen at M Studio, and he said, yo, I'm glad you with the white boy. His words. He said, I'm glad because he's a top-tier lyricist, and you are too, and he understands what you're doing. And that's what he said. And that's the reason why you never see me speaking publicly out against Suge.
Yeah.
He tried to give me and my family a way out. You know what I'm saying?
Thing.
Same thing M did.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Never forget who cut the lights on.
Same thing Dre did
Never.
for me, bro.
I was about to say that.
Same thing Dre did for me with Aftermath. I couldn't get a deal to save my ass on my own coast because I was fat or I was Spanish. Nothing to do with the music, bro. I'm talking about I went to everybody that's on this side.
Because you was...
Yeah, but it was a different time. It's a different time.
Yeah,
you know,
remember, there was a big pun.
Yeah, different time though. Different time.
Yeah,
different, you know. But yeah, it was hard as hell on this side, and luckily, like my CD, it's my CD. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Landed on his desk by way of somebody at Interscope, and that nigga was like, he called me out the blue. I was recording in Queens. I'll never forget it, bro. Like, yo, can I speak to Joell Ortiz? I'm like, yo, speaking. Yo, this is Dr. Dre. Nigga almost passed out.
You didn't say fuck out of here. You bullshit.
Nah. Because I heard it. The minute he said it, I heard the tone. I'm like, it is. Oh, shit. He got one of the voices you can't really, you know.
Yo, this Dr. Dre.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I picked it back. I'm like, hello? You still there type shit?
Right.
He's like, yo, Karen Rate got a CD to, you know, got a CD over to me, and I love this shit, man. Like, what the fuck? This shit is fucking crazy. He's like, yo, I want to fly you out to LA, man, and talk some business. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, you good tomorrow? I'm like, hell yeah. Nigga flew me out.
The next day.
Mind you, this is me coming, this is after months and months of, let's go on Bad Boy and see what they talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody was taking the meeting because I was on fire. So let's take the meeting. Then let's see what it ain't work out. Let's go to Sony. Sony wanted to do a meeting. Because you know the labels talk.
Yeah.
I heard they meeting with them. Now I want to meet with them. After that, let's meet.
Right.
And I was coming out of all of them shits without a deal. They didn't know, to go back to what Crook talking about, every time they told me no for reasons that had nothing to do with music, they sent me back to the block. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's a different kind of rejection. It's like, damn, not only are you telling me no, but I gotta sell crack again. Damn, thought I might have had her out here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing everything right? All right, cool. So Drake gets that shit, I fly out of land. So months of that shit, and then he walks in. He's like, Mr. Ortiz, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. He said, yo, listen, what he had was the brick.
Oh.
Like a large portion of the brick. Not all of it, but enough of the brick, you know?
Right.
So he goes, this shit right here is crazy. You want to be on Aftermath? I've never heard that. I'm like, hell yeah. He's like, all right, cool. Look, we're going to do it like this. Boom, I'll turn to you. You got an attorney? Yeah. You know, at that time I had Dennis and another dude I don't work with now. And we figured it out, and that was a record deal. Man, I told him.
How long did the deal take for you guys to?
Quick. So Dr. Dre is a gangster, right? So I was there like the second week in December, and y'all know in the music business,
Closed down.
it's game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Game told. So second week of December, I'm like, all right, cool. So me and my team at the time, we like, all right, cool. So the top of the year, we going double back and shit like that. No. Christmas Eve.
You signed.
Forget about signing. It was a check in my mailbox from him.
Merry Christmas.
Directly to me. You understand? In good faith, like, listen, we gonna get rocking, but yeah, have a great, happy holidays.
How much was it?
It was a check. It was nice. It was more than I've ever had as a human. Wow. You know what I'm saying? It was a check. You know what I'm saying? We came back, we finalized things after the holidays. Now the brick, see, this is where it gets sticky though. I had verbally committed to Koch. So I'm like, oh shit. What the fuck I'm gonna do here? So I told him what was up. I'm like, yo, listen, you know the shit you heard. Boom. He's like, oh, no, that's cool. That's cool. All right, cool. Give him that. He saw beyond that. He like, 'cause if you can do this once, you can do this twice.
Right.
Plus, Koch is a machine. It's indie. Heat up. Then we go here. I come off the end of that steam. Right. I'm like, so I had 2 record deals at once. I couldn't get one deal. Started 2006. 7 with 2 deals. 2 deals. Now, Koch gave me the bag. Dre gave me the bag. Now I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I got an indie deal and a major. At the same time, running concurrent. Who can say that? Who can say that, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bet. And then, put the brick out. The brick got us. People like MECC supported that shit heavy. Was telling people, yo, fam, y'all need to understand this dude is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
Good looking. And then I went over to Dre and, we started cooking and the timeline didn't add up with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why?
Because it was just, it was a superstar cast, man. You got M over there, you got Fib, you got Snoop. It was a lot. And he was like, you know what I mean? He's like, all right, so we're going to drop this record, then we're going to go here, then I'm going to do Detox, and then we're going to get to you, but let's keep cooking. And I'm just like, I don't know, that sounds like a little bit of a mission. I'm afraid.
Why?
I got some steam.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is watching the steam go while you wait for you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I asked to be released. Now, I wouldn't have asked to be released. Although I felt like, I'm afraid of the steam, I'm like, I can't tell Dr. Dre. What are you, crazy? But somebody in my camp that I no longer work with, while we were there, Dr. Dre wanted to appoint me an A&R from his team. And the dude that was part of my production team was also an A&R. So he felt like, what's going to happen to me?
He was going to lose the job.
Yeah, well, made the selfish act to get in my ear and be like, yo, I see what they doing. I've seen this done to artists. We got to get out of here. They're going to, basically poison me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my loyalty, me and Dennis's loyalty was like, all right, yo, Dre. And he was like, are you sure? Are you sure you want a jet? Because I got big plans. I got huge plans. And I'm just like, yeah, and I asked to leave Dr. Dre. But it ends great. Because we go to Shady. We whoop, whoop, whoop. We at the Grammys.
Wow.
Hey, yo, Joell Ortiz, Dr. Dre, couldn't shake me if you wanted to. I was right back in the family, B.
I love it. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
That's awesome.
Everything happens for a reason.
And this is all before, everything
Back to that narrative.
Back to the narrative.
I ain't even going there, man.
But we was accomplished already and continuing to accomplish. So Slaughterhouse was another step and another add-on to all of our legacies, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's just a portion of it going, Mac. We still here. Harbor City is fire. You should check it.
You should send it to me.
I will.
Listen, man, if you keep your pen right and you stay having a clean reputation in the business, you can last for as long as you want to, bro. Mm-hmm. Because, I was doing shit with Murder Inc. and ended up on motherfucking Shady.
Crazy. You was Death Row, Murder Inc.
I was fucking, I did the Baby remix with Ashanti. That shit was crazy. I was doing fucking shows with 20,000 people coming out. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't stop the Shady aftermath from happening.
Right.
You feel me?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Shady, Aftermath, Death Row, Aftermath, and here y'all both are.
And here we are, here. I met them, like we started this conversation, I met him on the XXL cover.
Mm-hmm. Who knew?
You know what I'm saying?
The universe was trying to put us together a long time.
To be quite honest.
So what's the name of this?
Whatever you want. Crook and Joell, Joell and Crook. That's the beauty of this game now. All them rules and old ways of doing shit, that shit gone,
It's out
bro.
the window. Right.
It is though, dog.
There's a lot of collaboration albums coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever they want to wear on a t-shirt, it's fine with me.
Dog, we just had fun. We just did a reaction video to our own video. We having fun out here, bro.
Y'all going nuts.
We having real fun. Like, this is what it's supposed to be, right? Having a blast?
We having a blast. Look, we just did our first interview for the album was with Glenn Plummer, OG Bobby Johnson, and Parnell from Minutes and all that. Like,
he interviewed
that was
us.
our
Yeah, I saw
first.
that.
That was our first. Like, this is somebody I grew up looking at all his movies. Now he's interviewing us about the album, and we having a great time. You know what I'm saying? We laughing again. We having fun again. We're in the pitching ideas off each other again. It feels great, man. It feels great.
It's awesome.
You
So
know
you're
what I'm
back
saying?
to what made you start it in the first place,
Yes.
without the added weight of certain these questions coming back around.
You know, I
Yeah,
think
I guess-
that let me just interject. I think sometimes you gotta realize what's your fit. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Like sometimes you kind of you become connected to people for good reason, but it's not a lasting connection.
Right.
Because there's a requirement that you have that those people might not think. It's a value there. You dig what I'm saying?
I hear you. I
You
know
just
exactly
gotta-
what you're talking
You
about.
gotta, I mean, me personally, like, it's just like, keep writing my story, B. Keep writing my story. You know, the brick was chapter 1. Slaughterhouse was somewhere in the middle of that. We still writing. I gotta keep writing my story, bro.
Right.
You know, like until I hang it up. It's all right. Yo, if Slaughterhouse was your favorite chapter, thank you for reading my book. Read the chapter again. It's there. It's written. The music is there. It's all good. I'm still writing though. I gotta keep it pushing. I came in this alone. Slaughterhouse was a powerhouse because of who we all was individually.
Right.
Don't forget that.
Yeah.
I'm still out here trying to remind you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all love, B.
Yeah, we love
Stuff
that shit.
happens, man.
That shit.
But let's be honest.
That shit weighed on us a lot.
Fuck around a year from now, this nigga get divorced to make the craziest album.
Hey, that's what happens. though.
That's what happens though. That's what happens.
Yeah. But life keeps going, you know, it keeps pushing.
Right.
You know, MECC, I'm sorry that
It broke your heart.
you had to get the news that way. It was delivered to you that way, right? Like, but it was tell our truth the best way we know how, or don't tell it.
You pushed your baby in the blender.
You should have saw it.
Come on.
And that shit wasn't easy for us.
I don't imagine it was.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was in the
imagine it was.
trenches.
I remember.
I mean, I remember being out here, and we was back when I was still drinking. I'm 6.5 years sober off alcohol. I'm drinking.
Let's give that a clap.
Salute. Yeah. Salute.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But when we was drinking, we was out here. I'm sitting at the bar, and some dude whispers in my ear and say he's gonna do some physical harm to Royce. And we in the bar just drinking. And I'm like, yo, he's like, yeah, as soon as we get outside. And I'm like, I say, yo, Royce, man, let's go outside. We went outside. T-Rex was there.
The battle rapper?
Yeah. And we went outside. As soon as dude came outside, I hooked off on him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Rex finished him off.
Oh, shit.
This was years ago. This was years ago.
Wow.
But I'm just saying, this is the kind of crew love.
Yeah.
That ain't even shit. Like, if I didn't do that in a situation, my homies would be like, what the fuck is wrong? You gonna let somebody talk about
Facts.
harming your homie and you just gonna sit
Sit
there?
there. Word.
I would have
Right.
got disciplined for that. You feel me? So it's nothing. So we were in that kind of a trenches together.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. So when I seen the reaction, I expected a reaction, no problem. But certain things were disrespectful. And it was like,
because of the love that you have for these people.
yeah. And I just said, I gotta love them from a distance. You know what I mean? And I gotta keep writing my story, like Joell said.
Yeah.
And I think we did a damn good job. I mean, Harbor City is a concept album. We wanted to give the listeners something different to experience.
What's the concept?
The concept is
It's an audio drama series.
It's an audio drama series. He's from Brooklyn. I'm from Long Beach. We on the water. We made both cities come together as Harbor City.
The harbor being the commonality.
The harbor being the commonality. we speak about all the different commonalities between our two cities because we trying to promote unity.
Right.
And we got more in common than people think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the government cheese came in the same brown box on both coasts.
On both coasts. You feel me? And it's really about that East-West connection. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's really, really important for right now.
Coming out of good
Thank you,
time.
man.
Really important
Yes.
because it's hard for me to not, feel a certain way about the West.
You personalizing it?
I'm personalizing it, but I'm taking in everything else too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just feel like, I show love when people came out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I do the same thing. When
right.
people
So
come
do I.
to the West, I do the same thing. You know what I mean? If I knew anybody who ever got into anything on the West Coast, if I had a personal relationship with them, I would have did everything in my power to make sure that they return home safely. Everything. And it don't matter from any borough. It don't matter. If I got a relationship with them and I know them, it's like, yo, where you going? Nah, man, don't go over there. Take a couple of homies with you then. Let them post up while you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we supposed to be.
Yeah.
Bun B does that for me when I go to Houston back in the day. Yo, what you doing? I'm gonna call Truck, Trail Gladiator. Truck, go meet Crook. He got to go to the Galleria. I don't want him walking around there by himself. This is what we do.
Right.
I
know what I mean?
had to get taught that shit, honestly, bro.
What, the tapping?
Yeah, son, because I used to just go places.
But it's not an ego. See, I think.
No,
I
that's
think,
what.
But I think that they have put a bad. It gives you a bad feeling when you say I'm checking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that energy. I'm not on that energy. I don't consider it a check-in. I consider it. I'm coming out there. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Queens right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna be moving around. You know what I mean? This is where I'm staying. That's a cool spot for me to stay in. You know what I mean? Because I might want to be outside blowing a cigar and chilling and being comfortable.
Yeah.
Do I have to be ready for some niggas or something? Or, nah, it's cool. You blah, blah, blah. Where you going? I'm going to go over here, over there. All right, cool. Just do this, do that, do that. Smooth.
Right.
Thank you. I appreciate you. But I think they villainized it with this check in or else something going to happen to you.
Yeah, extortion.
You know what I'm saying? That's
made it sound like extortion.
No man is gonna go for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you're a sucker for doing it.
Yeah.
Pussy
That's-
if you do it.
We need to really figure out how to remix that. Go ahead, my brother.
We got a couple people. I believe in unity because we are the same down south. I've been all around, and real is real, fake is fake. It doesn't matter where you come from. But what my brother here was talking about, what we've noticed, there's been a narrative that's been painted lately that is a little attacking towards New York guys, and it's not really personalizing it when you're watching different LA guys, you know, which we all know. It's all over social media. Every time Clubhouse, every time they have a conversation, it's like talks about New York like we like almost like some hobos or followers, and so that narrative is separating us because that is making guys real guys, because the rappers, rappers is rappers, but there's other guys that next to the rappers that
take offense to that.
a whole nother story.
But is it a blanket statement? Like they're just saying, I get it, but at the end of the day, the West Coast
come from everywhere.
Yeah, and the West Coast is a big place. Not everybody's the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
it's like getting
narrative
painted,
is
like
like
everybody
West
getting
come from
painted
New
as the
York.
same.
But the voices that we're hearing coming out of the West,
And
we're not hearing anything contrary to it.
You always
well,
gotta
you're
consider
hearing
the
me.
Source. You always got to consider the source.
Yeah, because it's about the character of the voice. I don't know who it is, and I don't. That whatever they own. But I'm
Right.
just saying, like, I'm a voice of the West Coast, and I'm telling you right now that it's a lot of people who feel like I feel and want to show love and want to make sure that it's a unity thing. You know what I mean? When any of y'all come over there.
And that's peace.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
we do the same thing here.
Yeah,
Well,
no doubt.
safe here with us.
My
you
G,
know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate
Because
that.
That's real.
That's real.
Respect real.
Yeah, that's real talk, bro. We don't know how to do it no other way.
But just, that's a small thing.
What we doing here, man? It's a beautiful thing, man.
This guy, man.
It's a good show. It's a good show. So what we got coming next? We got
We
the
just
joint
dropped-
project.
Yeah, Harbor City,
Harbor
season 1.
City.
Season 1.
Season 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, does that mean that there's a film side to this also? Ah, come on.
Who knows?
Man. You don't know?
It's season 1. There's more to come.
Okay.
There's more to come from us.
Dope.
If there's a barbershop scene, you know you got to shoot it though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Here?
Where else?
All right.
Come on.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
That's
y'all.
dope.
You didn't
Yeah,
even answer that
facts.
question.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a
That's
barbershop
dope.
scene. You got to.
Yeah. Anytime.
So yeah, there's more music. There's a lot of facets to our business.
Bro, we not going nowhere. This right here,
Yeah.
this ain't like some flyby. We on our 3rd official project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We on our 3rd official project. So this is what we doing. It's more fun this way.
Let's go ahead and
Awesome.
get us a Mick Jagger and an Ozzy Osbourne and a Please
God
and
willing,
thank you.
right?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
God willing. We here for it.
Gotta keep that pen right though, because if it's falling, I gotta peace out.
What's the chances of that?
They might be slim because I'm
Yeah.
super.
Yeah, you know.
I do not play when I'll be up all night 4 a.m. trying to get the shit right. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Face off, pitch for Thug, missing his mug.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm like, yo, I'm praying like, just God, let me be the first to know I ain't sharp no more. Like let me know.
Don't
man,
let
you
other
know what I
people
mean?
know this.
I just don't want 9 other dudes like me
he
talking
just
to you for a
saying.
second. Like,
Yeah, like,
It ain't gonna be 9 niggas, it's gonna be this nigga.
because I heard that's a thing. Like you don't really,
immediately. You don't really notice it?
yeah, like
Yo, bruh.
That's scary.
yes,
That's almost like a mental illness.
yes, dogs.
You know what I'm
like,
saying? It's like,
you know, like you sitting there playing it real loud at ignorant levels, and it's not it. It's nasty.
But you bobbing your head.
that's scary.
Yeah,
man.
but you looking at niggas for the reaction.
Yeah, like, shit, oh,
niggas
shit
like,
great.
damn.
Gotta consider the source.
Oh, man.
Always consider the source. Always consider who you're hearing that from.
yeah, yeah.
If 3 Stacks' son was enough to talk him out of rapping, but
And then as soon as he get on a joint, he smack it around. That's the crazy part.
gotta consider, always consider the source.
He
bro.
smacks it
Who-
around.
Who told you that? Who did you get that from?
But is any MC going to ever say, I'm hanging it up because I ain't got it?
Yeah.
Should
You
they?
think that can happen?
Joe did it.
But is that what he's saying?
No, he didn't say that.
He didn't say I ain't got it.
He didn't say that. He didn't
No?
say that.
No, he didn't say I ain't got it.
I don't think MCs lose it.
I can't. I gotta disagree.
Show me who.
I'm not going there with you.
Yeah,
Man.
Show
I'm
me
just
who.
saying. You gotta name names,
don't-
son.
I
Because people
don't-
say that,
You
and then
can't
it's
tell
like,
me that it's that is somebody that
if it's somebody that feels the same way, like it's not offensive. Like you
it's
know
not
what I mean?
offensive. Nah.
If the
What's losing it?
Well, because I
You tell me.
because there's some
He
artists.
said it.
There's some artists who lose the love because the business has tainted them so much.
that's not the same thing as
well, no.
losing the talent.
Yes, because they go. It starts to go into their creative.
Well, I'll say this: Nas complains about his fans not appreciating the new way that he raps in comparison to the old way.
Right.
He said that?
He said on the song Special, no, Woo for the Children. Woo for the Children. In the chorus, he's like, special like my classics, special like my old fans who have attachments to my old style won't let me past it.
Okay.
All right.
So it's kind of like acknowledging they're feeling a way about the way he's rapping now as opposed to how he used to rap.
Well, it goes back to you versus you.
Right.
He's only competing with himself.
Legacy.
And so they're going to always do that. You know,
Yeah, but when you're on the track with Jay-Z, you're kind of competing with him too.
that's true.
Well, yeah,
but
but
I'm
you're
just saying, like, if you dropped Illmatic, they're going to always compare all that shit to Illmatic.
You're only
Right.
whack. He's
You know what I'm
only
saying?
whack compared to himself. He's in that air. It's him, Jay, a handful of dudes who you only say
Him
they're
too.
whack.
They say the
I
same
wouldn't call
shit.
him
Him
whack.
too. No, but
But-
that's my point. They're only whack compared to their old shit. You only would say he's whack when you remember.
But whoever's saying that, I'm not fucking with them.
Consider
Right.
the source.
Right.
You always, I hear y'all, so many of y'all get caught up in what people are saying and you don't consider who these people are.
You can fall off though, Mac. I'm sorry.
Bro,
It's possible.
Yeah, Mac, you can fall off.
first
You
of
can miss a
all,
step.
Come on, Mac.
Who's your A&R? A mountain climber who plays an electric guitar? Is this the person who told you fell off? Cause you
No,
shouldn't
I'm
listen to
telling
him.
them you
No,
fell off.
I'm
So,
saying-
Mac, you said you've never
What you
seen
talking
anybody
about?
fall off?
That's kind of crazy.
You never seen anybody fall off?
dogs?
You never heard of it?
Nope.
Y'all gonna make me sick? Come on, man. Don't make me do it, man.
I'm thinking of the dudes who I fuck with.
They don't miss a step. Let's say they didn't
Missing a
fall
step
off.
is different.
That's what I'm saying. Let's
Okay,
not say they fell off, but they missing a
Absolutely
step.
100% miss a
Okay,
step.
cool. I got you.
100%.
Okay, who missed the step?
Even turn over a bad album. Even
Well,
put
that
out
can
an
happen.
Al, that could happen.
Yeah,
though.
That can happen
see?
to anybody.
Yeah.
Due to what's going on in their life, you
Yeah,
never know,
and
bro.
you can double back with a fire album right
Word.
after too.
But
Facts.
in between point A and point B, you'll have those voices who say he fell off. That's what I'm saying. You always got to consider the source.
Well,
No,
maybe
he had a bad
maybe
album.
sometimes people need to hear that.
Sure. I
Some
don't-
people are motivated by that. For
I don't
sure.
judge. I don't judge the process. I don't judge any
Right.
of that shit. I say consider the source so you don't get caught up in the comment section.
This is a rap is a sport where inactivity is dangerous.
What's the word I'm looking
Let's
for?
agree to that.
What's the word I'm looking for? When you
dogs,
when
it is.
your limbs stop working because you haven't used it.
Oh,
What's
like the
word?
muscle shit. Oh, I know what you're talking
Right.
about. Yeah,
There's a word for it.
yeah.
Apathy. You know what
I
I'm
know,
yeah,
I know.
getting
So
at.
what's-
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
the fuck is the name?
inactivity can be dangerous.
Sure.
you know?
Stagnation too.
Yeah.
It'll happen to you. But
Word, bro.
Yeah.
the dudes who sure, they, bad verse here and there. The greats have a bad verse. May have a bad album.
Well, I just want to know, like, when it starts getting to where the steps are missing, I see it first. That's all.
God willing.
You know, the steps. Oh shit, the step. I missed one. I stumbled a bit.
You don't feel that way now.
Hell no.
Come on, dog.
Hell no.
I see. You don't feel that way now.
You don't feel that way now.
Hell no.
Damn, that's fucked up, man.
Nah, come on, man. I was
Nah, he's
saying it
asking a
like that.
question.
I'm saying like, yo, do you feel that way now?
No, I don't know.
Yo, dog, I don't know, man. Like, I don't foresee that happening to you for a long time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, it probably will never happen.
I don't think it
It's
will.
like muscle memory, right?
It won't never happen.
I don't think it will.
It won't happen.
I don't
now,
think it-
some of these fucking complex patterns we do, all that, you start getting Mick Jagger age, it might be harder to deliver
Yeah.
those, you know what I'm saying? You might have to be fadeaway Jordan.
Yeah, like
Still
double,
you might have to be
double
fadeaway
time
Jordan.
might,
You know what
might
I'm saying?
become a little, the flow on the double time might become a little bit spaced out.
Bro,
Better believe it.
Instead of
Unless you punching all the time.
When was the last battle you was in? Was it how many? It was a,
The last battle was Nicky Jam.
how long ago was that?
Like a year and a half.
You think you could hop right back in and still be just as?
That's not a long
yeah.
time.
That's not a long time.
Oh, a year and a half?
Nah, a year and a half, but bro, I still.
No, and battle wise,
you know,
that a
I
long
got.
time?
I still.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
fire.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be crazy on stage.
Yeah.
Just got like a little notepad with just those. Yeah. Like if they ever say, "Yo, Math, we got 150,000 for you." Got you.
No matter who they say. Because it's
Nah.
you gotta, yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
there's certain people.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, certain people know.
I respect that honesty.
Right. But yeah, there's a multi-platinum artist that wants to smoke right now. He's gonna get it.
Oh, wow.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's about to be
wow.
crazy. But real battle, like Jag was my last battle.
I like how you said real battle.
Yeah. I say that because you know, you're allowed to make mistakes in the Legends Only shit. You know what I mean?
LA guy.
Geechee, yeah.
Geechee, yeah, he was your last.
Yeah, Geechee was the last battle. Geechee was the last battle. Word.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to hang it up because
And they're still using my material on him now.
you don't have the love for it. It's cool to hang it up because you're too tired. It's cool to hang it up because you want to do something else. It's not cool to hang it up because somebody told you you should.
Nah, in my case, I hung it up because, you know, when you selling crack and niggas start popping pink pills, you gotta recognize that.
You didn't
Like,
hang it up.
Yo, they like pink pills now.
You didn't hang it up.
This crack is still hitting,
You didn't hang it up.
but they like them pink pills, bro.
You're not in this
Let me just sit back here and wait till them pink pills like.
Math, you didn't hang it up.
You said I didn't hang it up?
You didn't hang it
Nah,
up.
I never announced that I was
You didn't
retiring.
hang it
I
up.
just was like, oh, y'all like suckers. Okay, all right, cool, I'm chilling.
You didn't hang it up.
was
You
that. I mean,
transitioned. There's
That's a good
huge
question.
difference.
I think, like we spoke about earlier, you think KRS One and X Clan, you think, would you say that they fell off?
No.
No.
Chris just dropped something this year.
Yeah, no, I was
that's
about to say,
crazy.
they still make music right now. I listen
Chris,
to it.
yeah, Chris
but
just dropped something.
for the
Grand
general-
Verbalizer don't get enough credit. Let me just say that real quick.
all.
At all. One of the
At
top
all.
lyricists ever in hip hop. But
Brother Jay.
hip hop don't even probably reckon, the young kids probably don't even recognize
Yeah,
it.
but that's
KRS One, of
that's
course, but
them.
not Grand
That's-
Verbalizer.
That's
but they
them.
too young to know.
Consider
Nah,
the source.
I don't know
That's
about
them.
that, but go ahead.
No,
Nah, that's
but the
okay.
point,
They too young to know. I know they are in this era,
The
but dog,
point is
I was
what
way, them niggas was way older than me, and I was bumping the Treacherous 3.
yeah. The point
You know
is
what
what
I'm
he
saying?
just said. It
Which
changed
is why I don't give those
from
breaks.
crack to
We in
the
the
red
information
pill.
era. You
Right.
don't. The only reason you have to not know is because you choose not to know. You
I'm
hear
just
a
saying
name,
that-
it's one Google search away from whatever you want.
I'm just saying some people are inactive.
sure.
So you got to research them to find out.
Sure.
That's what I mean.
And
You know
as a
what I'm saying?
writer, that should be in them.
It should be there.
That should be there.
But when someone points out your ignorance, I don't want to hear, well, that was before my time. So what? You said you was over here. This is part of the gig.
Yeah.
When I was writing for the source, yeah, Baldwin, all the way to Carlito Rodriguez. Alan Gordon, Ebony Cat, Kim Osorio. I wanted to see who was writing what, because I was gonna be nice. I needed to do my homework, and I didn't want to be the dumb one in the room who didn't know my own field.
Yeah.
Period. And if I could do that pre-internet, you know what I mean? If I could research what I was.
Do you feel like writing? I'm gonna word this the right way. Do you feel like writing changed though, or is writing?
No, the people who are writing changed.
Okay.
The
But
people who are writing.
they write from the same. No.
We're writing for different. We write for different places. Much like the field of hip hop, you have artists who want to be good, and you
Yeah.
have some people who want to be famous. When you have somebody who's writing a lot of clickbait and making
Yeah.
themselves the feature of the story because they want to shine, you're trying to be famous. You're the storyteller. You're supposed to make
Right.
this subject look like a movie every time. Those are the people I respect because that's the craft. I'm supposed to make Joell Ortiz on his most boring day, sitting in a park bench in the middle of the projects, watching the seesaw, watching kids play, look cinematic and make people feel like they were sitting there. I actually did that story with you. Still got the picture. I'm supposed to
My
make
God.
Crooked Eye sitting in his car, contemplating some shit, blowing a cigar, not making a sound, look like he's coming up with the fucking symphony of the decade.
Right.
And reflect back on how we got to this point. That's the story. I'm not supposed to make myself the subject. Writing doesn't change. The writers do.
Okay.
Clickbait is different.
I asked you that. Reason I asked is because from Kool Herc to Ice Spice is very different.
Totally. What's the objective?
I'm just saying.
The writing didn't
It changed. Music.
The writers did.
It changed.
The writers didn't change.
Yeah.
The writers did.
So they
What's-
keeping that
what's
same
she-
energy.
Yeah.
What she writing for versus what he was writing for.
Okay.
Broken glass everywhere. People standing around the corner like they just don't care. See, that reverberates in any hood anywhere. Versus that nigga a Munch. Now she got a crowd that's listening to that. I'm not mad at it. But
No, it's fire.
yeah, I'm not mad at it.
It is what it
mad
is.
at any of it. But the writing didn't change. The writers did. Who's behind the pen changes, but the word is still the word. The written word is always going to be the written word.
I'm just
Math transition.
I just wonder if the newer generation feels like doing their research benefits their sound.
If they were smart, they would, because
Okay.
it's the key to longevity. It's the thing that we keep trying to pass along to them. You want to be here for a good time or a long time. When they take it for granted, they're gone.
I think you should allow people the freedom to come up with something new.
You can have your
I
freedom.
feel like sometimes when you do research, you become attached to what was. And a free thinker, like my daughter will come up with some crazy stuff because
She don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
There's a
it'll
certain
be-
something
but
about
it'd
not
be
knowing.
something that like
There's a certain something about not
I
knowing.
never thought of that.
It's called.
You know what I
the reason why that happens is because his daughter grew up listening to the fundamentals. It's like Tim Duncan playing basketball. There's fundamentals that you learn before you start doing the tricky shit.
Right.
He's cheating because his daughter's cheating. She grew up listening to a master at his craft, doing his shit, or she's watching her daddy.
But
And
she sent me a video of beatboxing and rapping. I never did that.
So she still saw it. She still saw it. She was still exposed to it. That's
How old is she,
different.
Matt?
7.
I grew up watching break dances my whole life. My older brother was a member of the Dynamic Breakers. I was hearing records that were before my time. I was hearing stories about the park jams that I couldn't go to. I cheated.
So if you was A&R and like a younger artist that just got into the game, would you sit him or her down and be like, yo, you need to listen to this?
Depending on what they were after. Depends on what the goal is. What kind of career do you want?
I want to get money. That's what they.
Yeah, if they should, I'm trying to get to this bread. Do you play
Quick money or long money? Those are my questions.
Money,
I honestly
right? Like, that's
asked
where they
them
at.
what kind of career you want.
Yeah.
Because they're different.
I do that too. If I ever consult for an artist or a mentor artist, I do ask them what are you looking for, because it's not one size fits all.
It definitely ain't. And there's different blueprints for everything.
Yeah.
And that has to be tweaked to the individual. What works for this guy right here won't work for the kid that I consult who's 28, 27, 26, who has a whole different ambition in mind.
Yeah.
So what do you want?
And has a whole different experience. The information age, all this shit that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there should be dynasties. You know what I'm saying? Like great lyricists should put on other great lyricists. You know what I'm saying?
Or even better lyricists. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, a lot of our greats came from executives that are of the culture.
Factory settings.
You know what I'm saying?
Factory settings.
Now, when you got all these executives that are outside of the culture, it's a different result.
We're not viewed as a culture anymore.
You know
We're
what I'm
seen as a
saying?
commodity.
But when you think about the greats, most of them came from somebody that was in the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But there's a gap. There's a space of time where there's been a gap.
Yeah. For a lot
Where
of
the
reasons.
music you're
man.
hearing isn't coming from anyone connected in the culture.
Yeah. Because
There's no one new.
Money and algorithms, bro.
Mm.
I like that title.
Yeah. It's
Money and
money and
algorithms.
That's an
algorithms.
album or a song.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a record.
One quick thing I want to touch on, ask about, because this is major. He's like going to be years down the line studied. Suge, what happened? What happened with Suge?
Like what?
The whole thing. Like, I mean, for me personally, I think the world want to know. Like, we watched him go from, one of hip hop's top moguls to now locked away. Was that a conspiracy? Was he set up for someone he was, that was right with you? Like, what's your whole take on what happened with Suge?
I just think Suge, man, when I look back at some of the things he did, I understand him. You know what I mean? He was really in those offices like, you're not about to enslave me. You know what I mean? You're not about to treat me like the nigger that makes jungle music and you got to deal with me just because the records are selling. You're going to respect me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people were anti that. And I personally feel when he got out of jail after serving his 6-year sentence, I feel like it was almost like a secret meeting took place that said, hey, we can't let him get no more power. You know what I mean? Because he still had all the money in the world. He had enough juice to do whatever he wanted to, as far as publicity goes and promotion goes, but a lot of other doors were shut. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when him and Irv and Jay Prince said that they were going to create a distribution company for the culture, that's when they was like, we got to stop these guys. We can't allow that. You know, and then things start falling like dominoes. Everybody starts catching cases. It seems like it. It feels like it. I could be totally wrong, but he did allow me to sit in meetings with him when he was in meetings with top players in the game. You know what I'm saying? And it was way different than I thought it would be. I thought the East hated Suge. When I came over here my first time with Suge, knowing what happened between Tupac and Biggie, I was like, man, we gonna be ducking bullets when we get over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was surprised to find out that a lot of people had love for Suge because of what he represented as a black man and a mogul.
Yeah, my opinion of Suge changed over the years.
You know what I'm saying? And that's and I was able to see a lot. I sat in offices with whoever you want to think about, and I just played the wall and got to just pick up game. He was smart with the business. He was really smart. He knew how to get the money for the art. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, a couple of different decisions and he'd be here right now. You know what I mean? But like I said, I always got love for him because he did something that Joell said a lot of other labels wasn't doing. They wasn't trying to come and help us, take us out of the fucking trenches. You know what I mean? And he did it. He didn't waste no time. I almost signed the Aftermath while I was having conversation with Dr. Dre when I was young. You know what I mean? And Dre was like, yo, you know, a couple, you know, my homie Big C Style took me over there. And Dre was putting out King T. This is right before he signed M. And I jumped on the King T album. I'm a teenager. And, you know, Suge, when he asked me to come visit him in the penitentiary, and I went up to go visit him, he was like, yo, I got a contract and a check right now. I don't know what everybody else waiting on. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, okay, well, shit, let me check the contract out. We did our deal on the napkin, did different shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I saw how people treated him in there because this was the point of his incarceration where he had contact visits. So we sitting at the table, people coming up to you, man, thanks, man. My mom, she was able to have that surgery, you know what I'm saying? That money you gave me, you know, that really helped out. And somebody else come up, man, hey, man, thanks, man. My brother got, you know what I mean? And they, you know, they had love for him and he was helping people out even in there. And that was another thing I asked him. I said, why you don't never talk about all the good shit you do? You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, I ain't tripping. But we was rebuilding nurseries. Every Christmas on death row, we used to take $25,000, $50,000 worth of toys to the children's sick ward and U-Hauls and go give them to the sick kids. You know what I mean? He was doing
this is what we need to hear.
Yeah, he was doing a lot in the community. On Father's Day, he chartered out buses and took them to Compton and put all the children who had an incarcerated father in the bus and took them to go see their father on Father's Day.
Look at that.
That's deep.
You see what I'm saying?
The world need to hear this part of Suge. Because people don't know this. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, the narrative is being painted out to destroy his character.
Yeah, he did a lot of great things, man. He did a lot of great things. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
I'm glad you asked that.
Because that's he's someone else that I've watched in the media for whatever reasons. They're destroying him. They let him rock many years. It was all right what he was doing, but now for whatever reasons he's being destroyed, murdered, assassinated.
Yeah.
And
that
this
type of
man
shit.
could speak on who he is.
Yeah, real talk. That shit is real.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember we had that discussion the last time we sat down.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I look at Suge in a totally different light. Well, what's next, fellas?
I'm about to get out of here, B.
This was fun, son. Thank y'all.
That's what I'm saying. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next on the way out?
Yeah. Shit.
Harbor City,
Harbor
man.
City, Harbor City.
That only came out, Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, so we still on Harbor City right now.
Let's sit at number one,
It's a great album. Oh yeah.
By the way.
We hit number one.
Yeah.
But on the hip hop charts and
Congrats.
all that type of shit.
Go.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to personally thank y'all for not coming up in here with a straw.
Oh shit.
I hear you.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.